66-61 last time out. They have 11 America East championships now. That's the most in their conference's history by 4, and this is their 5th NCAA tournament in their last 8 seasons. Let's roll out the starting 5 for them. Aaron Deloney will get the start at the point. He's a graduate student of guard, wearing number 1, 6 foot, 165 at a point. 11 per game. Number 20, TJ Long is their leading scorer. He averages better than 12. A transfer from Fairfield. He's a junior guard, 6'4", 195 out of Rockville Center, New York. Number 12 is Shamir Bogues, a junior guard, 6'4", 190 out of Killeen, Texas. A transfer from Tarleton State. He was the America East Newcomer of the Year and a first-team All-America East selection as well, also on the All-Defensive team. Number 32 is Nick Fiorillo. He's a graduate student, a forward, 6'8", 225 out of Scarborough, Maine. 9 points and 3 rebounds per game. And rounding out the starting 5 is number 0, Aliri Iofalia, a redshirt junior forward, 6'8", 210 out of Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Averages 8 points and 5 rebounds per game. 9 and 5 he had in their championship win over UMass Lowell. John Becker is the head coach, the America East Coach of the Year this year for the 7th time in his 13th season at the helm at Vermont. The associate head coach is Ryan Schneider. The assistants, Chris Santo and Nathan Johnson. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils come in as the 4 seed in the South region. 24-8 was their ledger in the regular season. Of course, last time out they fell to NC State in the ACC tournament, 74-69. If you weren't with us earlier, Caleb Foster, been out for a while. They formalized it. He's done for the year, dealing with a lower leg injury, not going to be able to get back for the NCAA tournament. So they'll roll out the same starting 5 they've been losing the last several weeks.
Number 0, Jared McCain, freshman, Sacramento, California.
Number 3, Jeremy Roach, senior, Leesburg, Virginia.
Number 30, Kyle Filipowski, sophomore, Westtown, New York.
Number 5, Tyrese Proctor, sophomore, Sydney, Australia.
Number 25, Mark Mitchell, sophomore, Kansas City, Kansas.
And they'll roll out there for head coach John Shire in his 2nd season. The associate head coaches are Chris Carroll and Jay Lucas. The assistants, Emmanuel Dildy and Will Avery, and the director of player development is Justin Robinson. And bring back in John Roth. And John, as you kind of listen to those guys introduce themselves, it's hard not to notice those 3 sophomores that talked about coming back when they made all their announcements last spring. They wanted to take care of business in the NCAA tournament. Won their opener a year ago, fell in the 2nd round to Tennessee. This is a team, you could kind of sense it in practice this week here in Brooklyn, but also back at home. Very focused on what they want to do here over the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely, and I think the focus really, though, is what they're going to do here tonight. I think they've learned throughout this season that taking care of every detail of every possession in the game you're playing at the moment is probably the most important trait this team needs to solidify as it tries to go on a March run. And so Jeremy Roach, you can watch him now walking out from the starting lineup. He is laser focused right now, and you hope that translates into what transpires on the court here in a few minutes.
Of course, the senior captain knows his way to the Final Four, and the other guy starting, Jared McCain, a sharpshooter, can hit it from everywhere. Maybe he'll get on a tear like he did down in Tallahassee a couple of weeks ago. That has been a theme for John Shire this week in Brooklyn. He's been talking about his team finding that killer instinct that they had late in the season that maybe got away from them a little bit in those last 2 games, and they are eager for the opportunity that awaits tonight here in Brooklyn. Tonight's opening tip-off is presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, and as the official health insurance partner of Duke Athletics, we believe an inclusive community is a healthy community. Here for the Blue Devils, here for all. The Blue Devils are the higher seed. So as we look across, Vermont is going to be wearing gold jerseys and shorts here tonight with green numerals and lettering, a little bit of white trim as well, and some green down the sides of the jerseys and shorts. The Blue Devils will be in the familiar home whites with the Duke Blue numerals and lettering, a Duke Blue stripe down the side, and a white Iron Duke D logo at the bottom of the shorts. We're going to watch John Shire's group go left to right here in the opening half as we see things across from the team benches. Michael Irving's going to lead our officiating crew here tonight. He's assisted by Rob Riley and Steve McJunkins. They can fit 17,732 in here if you look at prices. This session in particular, one of the hottest tickets amongst all the regional sites. I know we talk a lot about Madison Square Garden, but Duke North applies to the entirety of the city. Different borough tonight, but plenty of Duke Blue in the building, set to cheer on the Blue Devils as they go to work in the NCAA tournament for the 46th time. 4-2 all-time as a 4 seed. If you're looking at South Region play, it's worked out fairly well over the years, 25-6, including each of the last 2 national championships for the Blue Devils in 2010 and 2015.
And it's also worked out pretty well for Duke in this particular venue specifically 9-2 in the 11 times they played here. That includes a 4-0 weekend one year to win the ACC tournament and another trip to the ACC finals, as well as a coaches versus cancer title in here. So Rebels over the years and over the last 10, 12 years have enjoyed playing in a lot of NBA venues, and this has been one of the better ones.
And when you watch these games across the country, the first few minutes can be telling. Sometimes there's nerves. You never know what it's going to look like. Be very curious to see what John Shire's group looks like tonight, because slow starts have been a theme the last 3 games. Even the win in Raleigh against NC State, it was a slow start. At home against Carolina. And, of course, in the ACC tournament, slow starts to each halves was something the head coach pointed to after the game. So you imagine they're going to come out swinging here tonight. And as John told you, a decided height advantage, even in the center circle. Flip at 7 foot is going to jump it off across from Iofalia. As the Blue Devils are going to go left to right. Iofalia stands at 6'8". Where's number 0? Because he wasn't recruited until senior year of high school. Said, nobody wanted me. Filipowski has a reason for his number as well, the same as his head coach.
Who definitely wanted him.
Just about set to get it started. Great to have you with us. First round of the NCAA tournament. And away we go in Brooklyn as the Blue Devils control an awkward opening tap. So awkward, in fact, we're going to do it again. Michael Irving with the basketball in hand. Up it goes, and Flip didn't even contest it that time. So Vermont will get it first. And bringing it across is Bogues. Wearing the spectacle. Sends it up top for a 3 out of Iofalia, and he hits it. 19th of the season, and Vermont is on the board first.
Won the jump ball, knocked down a 3, first 20 seconds.
Only hits him at a 30% clip. Here's a handoff for Jeremy Roach, curling at the free throw line. Looks to the left, there's McCain. Room to shoot, opted not to. Into the paint, rises up, floats with the right hand, and got the roll. The freshman scores first for the Blue Devils, and it's 3-2, 30 seconds in.
Should note that for Vermont is one of the top 10 teams in the country in scoring defense. Part of that is the pace they play, similar to Virginia.
They're only giving up 63 a game. Iofalia thought about launching up top again. Instead sends it over to the right for TJ Long. Their leading scorer, defended by Tyrese Proctor. Proctor knocked it loose up top, got thrown to the deck by Fiorillo, and then he gets rid of it for Deloney. He wants to drive to the left, fed it to Long, into the paint it goes, backing down. Fiorillo put it up, blocked by Filipowski, and Jeremy Roach out of there with it. A chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. Roach on the drive, beep into the paint, a lot of contact, and he'll shoot 2. And that'll be the first foul on Deloney. And as the Blue Devils head to the free throw line, we remind you that Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Get More program. This season, the Blue Devils to this point have made 462 free throws, and Food Line has donated 30,000 meals to help our neighbors in need. And of course, Jeremy Roach, one of the best in the ACC, as we have a stoppage, and Tyrese Proctor wiping some blood away from his mouth. John Shire asking for a review. You may have heard when I said Proctor got thrown to the deck, and John Shire asking for a review. Our lead official is talking to the Blue Devil head coach, but it doesn't look like they're going to go to the monitor, and Proctor with the towel up next to his face. This reminds you of the Tennessee game. I think it was Filipowski that day that spent most of the afternoon with a towel to his face cleaning up blood. And now the officials are going to start the free throw process. Proctor still trying to get tended to by Jose Fonseca. And Jeremy Roach will shoot the first 2 free throws of the night. And the conversation continues for the Blue Devil head coach as Roach's first free throw is good, and we're tied at 3. Proctor appears to be all right. You know, the sophomore guard, 6'5", 183 out of Sydney, Australia, as tough as they come. And he's a pest defensively.
That's probably why he got thrown to the ground a minute ago.
That's only going to fire him up more as Roach's second free throw's too strong. Flip trying to get the offensive rebound, cannot. And a minute in, we're tied at 3. Across midcourt comes Shamir Bogues. Weaving his way in front of the Blue Devil bench on the right. Defended now by Jeremy Roach. Trying to back him down to the baseline. Spins into the middle of the paint. Back to the right. Deflected. Stolen by Filipowski. McCain headed the other way, left to right. Looking for the first lead of the evening. Inside Flip. Double teamed. Waiting. Dribbles out of it. Needs some help. Knocked loose. Stolen by Vermont. And out of there with it comes Deloney. A hit ahead on the right for Bogues. Back up top. Deloney dribbles to the right. He needs some help. And back to Bogues. Opening 2 minutes. 3 apiece. They send it up top for Fiorillo. Now a handoff for Long. Mitchell on him. Works his way to the right. Looking cross court, nothing there. Trying to step through, cannot. So back out to midcourt with 10 to shoot. Deloney has it now. A crossover. 3 ball at the top of the key is short, and the rebound for Filipowski. Flip will lead the break. He towers over Iothalia. Sends it off for Jeremy Roach on the right. Right back to Flip. Spinning at the top of the key. To the right, there's McCain. Looking inside. Now back up top for Roach. Plenty of time. 12 to shoot. To the left, Proctor. Deflected off his hands. Came to Mark Mitchell. He'll drive into the paint. A little bully ball off the left window. No, but he's fouled and will shoot 2. And that'll be the first on Fiorillo. Mark Mitchell, the sophomore forward, 6'9", 232 out of Kansas City, Kansas, has been beating a path to the free throw line. He's right behind Filipowski, second on the team. This will be his 150th attempt of the year.
Filipowski at 152.
And the left-handed free throw shooter rimmed out on the first. Unfortunately, the last 9 games or so, it's been a bit of a struggle with the charity stripe. Now 19 of his last 47. Oddly enough, over his last 10, John, he's 7 of 11 from 3. Considerably better from 3 than from the line, 64%. Second attempts, 1 out of 2, and the Blue Devils have the lead for the first time tonight.
Coming off that really good performance against NC State where he had 18, but I think he was 0 for 4 from the free throw stripe in that game even.
4-3 here in the opening 2.5 minutes. Is up top, it's Bogues. Sends it off to the right, a baseline drive. And now Iothalia has it, defended by Filipowski. Wants to get it to Long, cannot because McCain's chasing him. Bogues lobs it to the right corner. 3-ball on the way for Long. It's way too strong in the rebound for Mitchell. Here come the Blue Devils left to right, leading by 1, 4-3. Proctor off of a screen set by Flip to the free throw line. Drifts to the right, thought about a jumper, step through, scooped it up. Wow. How about the length of Tyrese Proctor to take the lead to 3, 6-3.
Blue Devils attacking the rim as we thought they might, given their height advantage.
He covered from the right elbow all the way to the basket with 1 step. Bogues has it now. Blue Devils have scored the last 6. Bogues nearly knocked loose by Flip. It was, but it came right into the hands of Deloney for a layup. 6-5. A little bit unlucky there, 3.5 minutes in. Jeremy Roach across midcourt. Looking to get it to Filipowski. He's being bodied up inside. Now going to go to work on Iothalia. At the left block. Back up top for Roach. Around to the right for a Proctor 3. That's short. The long rebound into the hands of Fiorillo. And here comes Vermont across midcourt. A crossover on the left. Deloney kicks it to the corner. Bogues. They play catch. Send it back up top. Deloney dribbles to the right. Going to pull from 3 up top and hit it. Deloney with his 55th 3 of the season. The second tonight for the Catamounts. And they're back in front 8-6, 4 minutes in. They played a very deliberate pace. Expect a half-court game here tonight. On the left, Filipowski has it now. Back up top for Mark Mitchell. Swings it around for Jeremy Roach. Looking to the baseline. Filipowski has it now. Here comes a quick double team. Out for Roach. A ball fake. Steps to the left. Launches and hits a 3. Jeremy Roach, 44% on the year from deep. And he gives the Blue Devils a lead again, 9-8. That's a very good sign because he'd been a little bit off with this 3-point shot of late, but that was a smooth-looking stroke. Last 4 coming in, he was 4 of 19. Before that, the first 27 games, he was 48% this year. On the left, Bogues going to drive, scoop it high off the window, and it rattles home for 2. His first field goal makes it 10-9. Quickly left to right comes Jeremy Roach. Wants to drive in on Deloney. Fed it to Mitchell. Slicing into the paint, scooped it up. No, but he's fouled and will shoot 2. And that's the second on Fiorillo. And we've got a timeout just underway. 15:05 to go until the break. The Blue Devils trail it 10-9.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
He'll fire, and it's good!
This is Duke Head men's basketball coach John Shire. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. We offer full-service sports medicine care at locations throughout the Triangle, where you can see the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke.
The crowd loves that.
This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Right now, it is 10-9. Duke in a 1-point hole. We'll send you back to the Barclays Center, home of the Brooklyn Nets, with John Roth, John Rose, and the voice of the Blue Devils, David Shoemate, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Luke. And as you said, a 1-point deficit, but the Blue Devils go onto the free throw line out of the timeout. And this game between Duke and Vermont is presented by Duke Stores. Visit shop.duke.edu for real Duke fans shop. You just heard from Luke Hallett back inside our network studios. I'm David Shoemate alongside John Roth. John Rose is our producer and engineer. Luke was talking about success in NBA venues. The Blue Devils have won 23 of their last 27 in pro venues. 96-34 all time, of course, coming off a loss at the ACC tournament, but they did win at MSG early. And right now they're trailing by 1, 10-9, with 15:05 to play here in the first half. And they'll be at the free throw line coming out, and Fiorillo picking up his second foul, significant because of the lack of height for Vermont in this one. He's Falia's at 6'8", and then you got Barreto, who hasn't played in their last 5 games, dealing with a shoulder injury, expected to return tonight, and he will enter the ballgame for the first time, the graduate student out of South Windsor, Connecticut. He has a fascinating story in his own right. Began his collegiate career at Delaware, left there in 2019, just went to school at Connecticut, didn't play basketball, earned a finance degree from UConn, graduated summa cum laude. And then he came back to play at Vermont. The season opener last year was his first game in 1,337 days. He's 24. For perspective, Tyrese Proctor's got his 19th birthday coming up in April. It's kind of the dynamic right now in college basketball.
Tyrese still not even 19. Wow, second year.
And here is Mark Mitchell to shoot 2 out of the timeout. And the first free throw is good. That foul on Fiorillo, something to keep track of. They do not have much depth inside. And Mitchell's second attempt puts the Blue Devils back in front 11-10. So crisp offensive start here. The Blue Devils 3 of 4 from the field, 1 out of 2 from deep. Meanwhile, Vermont's hit 4 of their first 7. 5 minutes gone, a 1-point lead for John Shire's group. Bogues has it up top. A bounce pass on the right, spinning in traffic and drawing a foul is Alamutu. And it'll be on Tyrese Proctor, and that's his first, and that'll be the first on the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils pressuring the ball and trying to stop the ball is a key point of their defense.
The starters are still out there for John Shire's group. Proctor, Filipowski, McCain, Mitchell, and Roach. Alamutu dribbling it up top, trying to get into the hands of Deloney. He's got it now. Comes off of a screen at the right elbow. Steps through. Tough fadeaway 2. Rattles home. So Deloney's got 7 of the 12 for Vermont, and they lead by 1, 12-11.
And a good start from the field for Vermont as well as the Blue Devils.
Roach across midcourt, works his way in front of the Vermont bench to our right. Comes off of a screen, sends it up top for Mitchell. Looking inside, not there, sends it to the right. There's McCain off of the screen, back to Mitchell. What a start for Mark, and a 2-hand drive to throw it down.
Mitchell's first field goal after his 2 trips to the free throw line, and the Blue Devils back on top.
He's got 5 of the 13 for John Shire's group. That leads by 1. In the right corner, Bogues wants to drive Filipowski into the paint. Tough lefty scoop. Rattled out. The rebound for Mitchell. Numbers advantage if they push it with Bogues down behind the play. McCain on the left. Here's Proctor for 3. Got it! Tyrese Proctor with his 51st of the season. And the lead swells to 4.
Blue Devils pushing the pace against a team that wants to play deliberately. They're going to look to do that whenever they can.
16-12, 6 minutes in. Deloney defended by Flip. Trying to cross him over, can't get by. Step back, can't shoot. Had to get rid of it into the corner for Bogues. Back to Deloney, he'll take another one. This one's too strong. The rebound tap controlled by Proctor. Here comes Duke up by 4. On the left, it's Roach. Stutter step dribble into the paint. Finds a cutter, and Mitchell steps through and throws it down. And a timeout taken by the Catamounts. 13:21 to play here in the opening half. It's a 7-0 run to lead by 6.
It's been a great run here for the Blue Devils, and pushing the pace was a big part of it, and Mark Mitchell finishing at the rim, another big part of it.
And we got a technical foul now on the Vermont bench, so we got free throws coming when we get back to action. An energetic start here in Brooklyn. It's been a wild day across the country. Let's check back in on the scoreboard with Luke Howlett back inside our network studios.
David, thank you. Duke on a 7-0 run, as you mentioned, and technical free throws upcoming for the Blue Devils, and it has been exactly that throughout the country. It has been a wild day. Over 200 points were scored between Colorado and Florida, but the Buffaloes, with a jumper by K.J. Simpson under 5 seconds to play, emerge victorious 102-100. Colorado is moving on to the round of 32. And now another upset with Yale over Auburn 78-76. Yale comes through from the Ivy League, knocking off the Auburn Tigers, who were favored to win that game by over 10 points. Big-time victory for the Yale Bulldogs, who pick up a massive upset over Auburn. Those have been the main upsets of the day. However, there's been a lot of chalky games elsewhere. UConn picking up a dominant victory over Stetson, 91-52. It was their second largest win in the NCAA tournament in program history. Donovan Clingan went for 19 points and 8 rebounds in the victory. Second-ranked Marquette got a scare today from 15th-seeded Western Kentucky, 87-69. That doesn't appear to be the case on the surface, but Western Kentucky led 43-36 at halftime. Marquette came out with a 51-26 second-half victory over Western Kentucky. Third-seeded Baylor knocked off 14th-seed Colgate, 92-67. The Bears are moving on to do battle with Clemson, who defeated 11th-seeded New Mexico, 77-56 today. Clemson Tigers are moving on as well. San Diego State survived against 12th-seeded UAB in the vaunted 5-12 matchup, 69-65. Aztecs, last year's national runners-up, are moving on to the round of 32. Jaden Ledee goes for 32 points and 8 rebounds in the win for the Aztecs. It took overtime between Northwestern and Florida Atlantic today, but the Wildcats came out with the win, 77-65 in the 8-9 matchup in the East region. Northwestern, led by Ryan Langborg's 27 points, came away with a 12-point victory in extra time. They will take on UConn in the upcoming round. There's a couple of games still coming up later today. Grambling and Purdue were slated to tip off in about 8 o'clock. That was originally supposed to be a 7:25 tip-off, but slid. 16th seed Grambling, top-seeded Purdue in the Midwest region, Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, so they will go head-to-head. Charleston and Alabama, the 13-4 matchup, the Cougars taking on the Crimson Tide. It's been a rough go for the SEC so far. We'll see if Alabama can rebound. Longwood and Houston also going head-to-head, 9:20. James Madison, Wisconsin, of course, an important game for the Blue Devils, and TCU and Utah State coming up later tonight. Now let's go back to the Barclays Center. John Rose, John Roth, the voice of the Blue Devils, David Shoemate. David.
All right, thank you very much, Luke. Don't forget the Blue Devil basketball is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? That's a bold question. It's got that irresistible taste to back it up. It's too bad you can't taste with your ears, because this Coke Zero Sugar is really amazing. You have to take a taste for yourself. Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? So out of the timeout called by Vermont, we did get confirmation that the technical foul was on head coach John Becker. The free throw, the first one for Jared McCain, did not go. And the Vermont partisans happy about that. See if McCain can hit the second one. 1 out of 2. That makes it an 8-0 push. And it's 19-12 with 13:21 to play here in the first half. And how about 5 assists on the Blue Devils' first 6 makes from the field? They're 6 out of 7. And 2 of 3 from 3, taking the initiative and getting off to the start, John, that they were looking for.
The other thing is everybody that's been out there from the starting lineup has scored a field goal and got points on the board, except for the leading scorer for the team, Kyle Filipowski, still looking for his first shot.
Bogues has it for Vermont at the top of the key. Works his way to the left. Alfalia gets a touch now. Looking to the right. Alamutu couldn't come to it. Deloney trying to curl through. Instead it goes to the right corner. Alamutu trying to drive by Filipowski into the paint. Kicks to the left. A 3 for Bogues is short, and the weak side rebound for Mark Mitchell. And here comes Jared McCain across midcourt. 7 minutes in with a 7-point lead. You can tell Vermont is worried about the Blue Devils getting out and running. There is no one going to the offensive glass.
So the shot goes up, they go back.
Roach whips to the left. Proctor's open. Thought about a 3. Instead, he'll drive behind the back. Sends it to the baseline, and Filipowski. He towers over the double team, dribbles out of it, steps through. Up top, McCain. Further to the right, Proctor. A ball faking a drive. Into the paint. Scoop it up. Got it blocked. Rebound for Filipowski. 2 to shoot. 1. Mitchell at the buzzer. Short. Offensive rebound flip and a fresh 20. Double team, kicks it up top, McCain. He'll take the 3. Around and out, and the rebound along the baseline for Long. Some good looks, though, and a 7-point lead with 12:13 to play here in the first half. Vermont hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. Deloney crossing over, trying to get by Proctor to the baseline. Cut off there. Found a cutter in Alamutu, who lays it in off the right. Only averages 4 points per game. He ends the dry spell for Vermont, and it's 19-14, 8 minutes in. As we see Sean Stewart over to check in. He'll be the first off the bench for the Blue Devil head coach. As Roach sends it to the left for Filipowski. Faces up, looking to the right. There's McCain. One dribble, whipped it inside to Mitchell for yet another dunk.
What a cut by Mark Mitchell, too, right through the heart of that Vermont defense, and a rifle shot from McCain to hit him in stride.
He's got 9 of the 21, and the Blue Devils lead by 7 again. As we drift under 11.5 minutes to play until the break. Oh, nice cut inside for Deloney, and he gets a lay-in for the Catamounts. He's got 9 of their 16. As Roach brings it across midcourt. 11:15 to play in our first half. Jeremy. Off of a screen set by Filipowski, turned it down. Back up top flip to the left, Roach. Plenty of time, 14 to shoot. Inside Mitchell, why not? He's been dominating early, steps through, took some contact. They say it was blocked cleanly, and here comes Vermont the other way. Alamutu getting a piece. In transition, it's Deloney. He'll take the 3. Around and out. The rebound tipped out, claimed by McCain. A touch ahead for Jeremy Roach. 1-on-3. The senior captain is fouled, and the foul will be on the floor, and it's going to chase us to a timeout. That'll be on TJ Long. And we got a break here in Brooklyn. 10:50 to play in our opening half. It's Duke 21 and Vermont 16.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown bar district.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Huh. Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
You're listening to Duke Basketball on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
A day where great food, friends, and family always come together. And bringing people together is what Harris Teeter is all about. We make sure you have the best and most delicious game day foods. Whether you're heading to the arena or making your own tailgate at home, Harris Teeter is where Blue Devil fans shop for groceries. And you can save big on your game day celebration just by joining EVIC. Sign up today and save hundreds of dollars per month. Harris Teeter, let's game day together.
Steel gives you more than just reliable landscaping tools. Steel gives you battery-powered equipment trusted by the pros. From mowers and blowers to chainsaws and trimmers, take on your outdoor space with a name pros trust. Right now, save $20 on the BGA 57 battery blower set, including the AK-20 battery and AL101 battery charger. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Available for a limited time at participating dealers while supplies last.
Welcome back to Brooklyn, New York, where the Duke Blue Devils are leading the Vermont Catamounts in the first round of the NCAA tournament by a score of 21-16, midway through the first half of this first round game. Let's check out our in-game stats presented by Steel. Step up your game with Steel battery tools for the Blue Devils. Of those 21 points, Mark Mitchell's had a good chunk of them, 9 on 3 out of 5 shooting from the floor and 3 out of 4 shooting from the line. 5 for Tyrese Proctor, and then 4 for Roach and 3 for McCain. Blue Devils shooting 58% from the floor and 50% from three-point range, 2 out of 4 on threes by Roach and Proctor. On the Vermont side, 9 points by Deloney to lead them on 4 out of 7 shooting, and they've hit an even 50% from the field as well. They're 2 out of 7 from three-point range. Not surprisingly, 7 of their 14 field goal attempts have come from 3. On the course of the season, I think they shoot about 44% of their shot attempts come from three-point range, so they look to hit the three-point shot, and so far they've matched the Blue Devils 2 for 2, but the Blue Devils have the upper hand right now by 5 at 21-16 as we return to action with Duke in possession. David?
First subs off the bench, including Sean Stewart, freshman forward, 6'9", 227 out of Windermere, Florida. Ryan Young's out there as well. Here's a lob to Stewart, and he's fouled going for the Thunder dunk. Able to get back to his feet, thankfully. And the foul will be on Iofalia. That'll be his first. Talking about Ryan Young, graduate student in his second year at Northwestern, a center, 6'10", 238 at Stewartsville, New Jersey. By the way, congrats to Chris Collins and company. Overtime win today in the first game of the day in Brooklyn. That was East Region action. They're going to get Connecticut on Sunday. Meanwhile, Stewart at the free throw line. Shot puts home the first.
That looked like a replay of out-of-bounds play they did at the Louisville game at home in Cameron this year that did connect, and Stewart threw down one of those Thunder Ducks.
Missed the second free throw here, so 1 out of 2, and the Blue Devil lead is 6, 22-16 with 10:45 to play in our first half. So it's McCain, Stewart, Young, Roach, and Proctor, the 5 out there. Here's Bogues for Vermont, behind the back with the dribble. Backs out, sends it over to the right, and Deloney looking to get it to the baseline. Iofalia catches in front of McCain. Wants to back him down, whistle, and McCain's going to get called for the contact. That'll be his first, second foul on the Blue Devils. Vermont has been whistled for 5. 4 on the guys on the floor, and a technical on the head coach. And here's Jalen Blakes into the game for the first time. Junior guard, 6'2", 204 out of Somerset, New Jersey. 28th time we've seen him this year. Was wondering with the Caleb Foster news if we might see more Blakes in the NCAA tournament. An early answer from John Shire. He's working on the right baseline. Iofalia trying to back down Sean Stewart. Fades away in the paint, too strong. Rebound tapped, claimed by Young. Blue Devils really cleaning up on the glass. 10-5 their advantage right now. Proctor across midcourt. Here's Young at the top of the key. Dribbles to the left, a handoff for Jeremy Roach. The senior captain off of a screen set by Young. Sizing up Alamutu, sends it inside for Young. Backing down Iofalia, into the paint, spins, nearly fell down. He did, in fact, but it came to Blakes. 12 to shoot. Stewart gets a touch, hot potato out of his hands, and the Blue Devils turn it over as it's taken away by TJ Hurley. On the drive, Deloney sends it to left, Hurley. A ball fake, trying to drive Blakes, can't get by. Sends it for Iofalia, now back up top for Hurley. Off of a switch, Stewart has him to the left baseline. Whistle and a hand check's going to be called on Stewart, and that'll be his first and the third on the team.
Both these two teams are really reluctant to turn the ball over the course of the season. In fact, Vermont, one of the top 10 teams in the country in fewest turnovers, and Duke, one of the top 20 in assist to turnover ratio. So you expect both these teams to really take care of the ball. So far, there's just been 2 miscues apiece.
McCain comes out, Filipowski comes back in, as Vermont nearly turns it inside, and then Blake's got hit in the head. But first, there was a foul on Tyrese Proctor, they say holding Bogues, and that'll be the second on the Blue Devils point guard. And that brings McCain back into the game, and Proctor will leave with 9:42 to play in the half. Jace Rockamore, the inbounder, along the left baseline for Vermont. Both teams going deliberately to their bench at this moment. 9:42 to play in the half. The Blue Devils lead by 6, 22-16. Off the lob, dangerous pass stolen by Filipowski. Then Iofalia ran into him, backing up, and picks up his second. So the 2 starting big guys for Vermont, each with 2 now. Fiorillo's been on the bench since the 15:05 mark, and that is the second on Iofalia, and he will leave with 9:40 to go, and he's replaced by Fiorillo.
Those are the 2 6'8" guys. It's about as big as this Vermont team goes.
Not to mention, it's the 7th team foul. So here's Filipowski shooting 1-1 at the other end, looking for his first point of the night. And the right-handed free throw shooter sends it on the way and hits the front end. Sophomore center, 7-footer, 248 out of Westtown, New York. By the way, congrats to him. AP All-American second team, got announced over the last week or so. See if he can build the lead to 8. On the way. Got them both. Biggest advantage of the night, 24-16.
Hasn't taken a shot from the field, but's got 2 more points for the Blue Devils total.
9:35 to play until the break. Rockamore off of a ghost screen, sends it to the right and long. Jeremy Roach deep in his defensive stance. Long can't get by, so back up top it comes. Weaving to the right, it's Alamutu trying to drive Filipowski. Got underneath, whipped it to the corner. Hurley sends it back up top, 6 to shoot. Rockamore in front of Blakes, wants to drive him, spinning, can't get by. 2-1, tough 2, missed everything. Stewart has it. Outstanding defense and a chance to add to an 8-point lead. It's Roach, inside flip. Oh, he lost it over his head and into the hands of Long for Vermont. So the Blue Devils turn it over, and we drift under 9 minutes to play in a first half that the Blue Devils are leading 24-16. Rockamore has it for the Catamounts. Sends it to the left. Fiorillo wants to drive Stewart. Backdoor found Long. Blocked by Roach. What a recovery. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Catamounts.
Blue Devils taking the idea, protecting the paint, protecting the rim really seriously here.
Just his 4th block of the season. And it was needed. That was going to be an uncontested layup before Roach recovered. So with 12 to shoot, Vermont will inbound along the left baseline. Rockamore waiting to get it in. Bounces it into traffic. Blocked again. Long swatted by Flip. Fiorillo has it. 7 to shoot. Rockamore with 5. Back up top. They lob it inside. Whistle and a holding foul on Blakes. As Fiorillo caught it, went to lay it up. It was blocked again, but after the foul was called. And that is the first on Jalen, as Mark Mitchell will return and Sean Stewart will head out.
Had they connected, it was going to be a layup.
So the Blue Devils already with 4 blocks here in the first 11 minutes and change. They lead by 8, 24-16. Off the inbound, Rockmore having a hard time, has to lob it into backcourt for Long. Vermont hasn't scored in nearly 3 minutes. They're 0 for their last 5 from the field. Some of those haven't gotten to the rim with the rejections. Long works his way to the left, wants to drive Mark Mitchell, spins, fades away, and it won't go. The rebound tapped by Blakes, claimed by Blakes. And here come the Blue Devils up by 8. Some good minutes for Jalen Blakes here in the early going. And Jeremy Roach will walk it across. He's picked up by Rockamore. Flip sets a screen. Roach says, I don't need it, so he chases away with 12 to shoot. Mitchell comes to set one. He'll take that one, feed it to Mitchell. A driving lane, a hesitation move, and a right-hand stuff. Mitchell's into double figures. He's got 11, and the lead is 10.
He's 4 out of 6 from the floor, and 3 of them have been dunks.
26-16 with 7:48 to play until the break. Rockamore defended by Roach. Wants to drive to the right baseline. Off of a switch, Mitchell has him. Looking to get it inside, nothing there. Alamutu tried to feed the post, deflected by Filipowski, but we get a whistle and a foul inside. We'll see who that's on. Was it a holding foul on Jeremy Roach? Yes, it was. That'll be his first, and we've got a timeout. 7:38 to play in our opening half. We step aside with the Blue Devils leading 26-16.
Calling all Blue Devils. Zips Car Wash is here to get you game day ready with their new $5 wash. Zip into any Zips in the Raleigh-Durham area to get your $5 wash and be back on the road in no time. But wait, does your ride need some extra TLC? Enjoy Zips complimentary self-serve detailing centers with surface cleaner, microfiber towels, and turbo vacuums with every wash. Looking to upgrade your car wash experience? Buy online and save at zipscarwash.com. Zips Car Wash, home of the $5 wash.
Would you like to learn how AI-driven financial strategies can empower you to meet evolving challenges with confidence? OneStream can help you do just that. It's the next generation intelligent finance platform that streamlines corporate performance management processes such as planning, forecasting, financial close, and consolidation. Choose the smarter option. Choose OneStream. Go to onestream.com/AI and streamline your business today.
He'll fire, and it's good!
This is Duke head men's basketball coach John Shire. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. We offer full-service sports medicine care at locations throughout the Triangle, where you can see the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke!
The crowd loves that.
Duke basketball in the NCAA tournament against Vermont is brought to you by Duke Stores. Shop.duke.edu, where real Duke fans shop.
And we're back here in Brooklyn, where the Blue Devils are doing it with defense right now, leading 26-16 with 7:38 to play in our first half. Don't forget that Bally Sports has the inside scoop on all things Duke athletics. Kick off your weekend with expert analysis, coach interviews, and game highlights on Duke All Access every Friday at 2 o'clock on Bally Sports and the Bally Sports app. Be sure to check it out next Friday. Season finale on Bally Sports South. David Shoemate alongside John Roth. John Rose, our producer and engineer. And back inside our network studios is Luke Hallett as the Blue Devils open up play in the NCAA tournament this weekend in Brooklyn. This is South Region action. The winner will play again on Sunday against either Wisconsin or James Madison in the 5-12 matchup that will follow us here tonight. The other side of the session here was from the East region, and the top overall seed in the tournament, Connecticut, looked like it. They rolled today in the 116 matchup, and they will get the 9 seed, Northwestern, in overtime. They eliminated a Final Four team from a year ago in Florida Atlantic.
Well, if I had to pick a couple of John Shire's favorite words related to basketball, one would be win.
Yep.
2 would be compete. Number 3 might be connectivity, and he's getting that here tonight. His team has connected for 7 assists on the 8 made field goals so far, including 3 by McCain and 3 by Roach. So it's been a good start to the Blue Devils to this tournament and sharing the basketball thus far.
Meanwhile, on the defensive end, they've held Vermont to 7 of 19 for 37%, 2 of 7 from 3, and their leading scorer Long is 0 for 4 from the field. Vermont has it out of the timeout, inbounding baseline left. Tough catch for Alfalia, back out there with 2 fouls. Blake's defending him. Now Roach has him on a switch, trying to back him down. Filipowski protecting the rim. They send it back up top. 10 to shoot. Alfalia catches again, 17 feet out on the right. Trying to drive Roach, can't get by. Trying to back him down, 5 to shoot. Tough fadeaway, rattles home. He's got 5, and it's 26-18 with 7:17 to play in the half. Kane across midcourt, looking to get it to the top of the key for Filipowski. He catches there, hands it off for Jeremy Roach. Bogues has been chasing the senior captain tonight, the defender for Vermont. They send it to the left, and there's Filipowski. Half the shot clock is gone. Mitchell has a touch at the top of the key. Sends it to the right, and Roach. Back up top for Mitchell. Filipowski trying to post up. Blake's going to feed him on the left. Here comes a double team. Back out for a Blake's 3. Didn't get the roll, and the rebound inside for Vermont, and a foul coming on the Blue Devils. And this will be on McCain, and that's his second. So you got 2 on Proctor, 2 on Jared McCain. Blue Devils admittedly a little bit thin with the injury to Caleb Foster, so something to keep an eye on.
That's also, though, as you alluded to a moment ago, a good reason to get Blake's a little bit of a run here. Like in the ACC tournament, the 3 guards that started played so many minutes, including Tyrese Proctor, 3 games in a row now at 40 minutes. So it's good to just get a little breather every once in a while and try to stay fresh. Blake's hadn't had that much playing time, and he can shoot the 3, but had to launch it there. If you have an open shot like that, everybody on your team expects you to take it.
17 foul, 1-1 for Bogues. Missed the free throw, by the way. Proctor, who'd left at the 9:42 mark with 2 fouls, returns as McCain leaves at the 6:49 mark with his second. Blue Devils in possession, leading by 8. Filipowski up top. Looking inside, nothing there. Dribbles to the right, a handoff for Jeremy Roach. Flip comes to set a screen. Jeremy turns it down. Back up top, Mitchell. Further to the left, there's Proctor. 10 on the topper. Proctor on the drive. Fed it into the pocket for Mitchell. In on a double team. Put it up. Missed it. The weak side rebound for Long. And here comes Vermont right to left. We approach the final 6 minutes of the opening half with the Blue Devils leading by 8. On the left baseline, Iofalia trying to back down Tyrese Proctor. Got him to the block. Now we picked up his dribble, threw it cross court, deflected, stolen by Blakes. A chance to run, he'll lay it up and in. His first field goal, and the lead's back to 10.
And his defensive instincts are certainly his strength. He took it to heart that time and finished it.
28-18 now. As Deloney walks it across. Jeremy Roach has the defensive assignment. Deloney hanging out at the center circle. Nearly lost his dribble all by himself. Picked it up, sends it to the right. Alfalia trying to drive Filipowski. Forced it up, left it short. Flip has the rebound. A bounce pass ahead for Tyrese Proctor along the right sideline. Head up, sends it to Flip on the left in front of the Vermont bench. Now back for Proctor. Dribbles to the right, a handoff for Blakes. Spins on Long, right back to Filipowski at the top of the key. Now a handoff for Proctor. Waiting, backs out with 14 to shoot. Tyrese sends it to the right, there's Roach. Off of a screen set by Flip. Probing into the paint, through some contact. They call it a tie-up, and the alternating possession will keep it with the Blue Devils with 8 to shoot. As we see Hurley return to the game for Vermont. We're talking about Veretto's injury. Hurley'd been missing time with a foot injury. And also back into the game for Vermont, Alamutu, the redshirt sophomore out of IX Ontario, Canada. As Proctor to inbound, right baseline, right side of the hoop. Looking for the lob, not there. So finds Roach on a curl on the right corner. Thought about a 3, trying to whip it inside, deflected, stolen. Deloney in transition. Sends it to the right, stolen right back by Blakes. 2-on-1 with Proctor. He tried to shovel it to him. Tyrese trying to get it back, and it's thrown out of bounds off of Tyrese as Alamutu got to it and threw it off of the Blue Devil point guard. But you love the intensity for Jalen Blakes out there tonight so far.
Oh, yeah, 2 possessions in a row. Jalen steps in front of a pass and sets sail. And that time just couldn't quite get the connection at the end. But good defensive effort.
Already 6 turnovers for Vermont. The Blue Devils have turned it over 4 times. Bogues backing down Roach in front of the Blue Devil bench on the right. Some 17 feet from the hoop. Getting closer, whips it inside. Alamutu on Filipowski. Can't shoot, back up top. Stolen by Blakes again. A one-man wrecking crew, but he forgot the basketball, and then he picks up a foul as it was taken back by Bogues. Second foul on Blakes. Couple of steals, but a couple times he just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, that's 3 straight possessions now where Jalen's had a beat on the ball. The first one he was able to finish the fast break. The next 2 he was not.
And we'll walk to the other end to shoot a 1-and-1. They have a little box in the stat sheet where it kind of shows recent trends. John, I glanced at it. Not always great when everything's talking about turnovers for both teams over the last few minutes.
Each of them have had 3 turnovers the last 3 possessions.
Bogues missed a 1-and-1 a moment ago. Left-handed free throw shooter. Missed the front end again, and Filipowski has yet another rebound. Already 6 for Flip. And a chance to add to this 10-point lead. 28-18 with 4:35 to play in the half. Filipowski works his way, backing things down on Alamutu. Works his way to the right, hands it off for Roach. Sends it back to the right. There's Tyrese Proctor. Jumps up for a 3. It's too strong. They fight for the rebound. Long has it for Vermont. A hit ahead on the right. Hurley quickly into front court. They don't generally go fast on offense. On the right, Alamutu right back for Hurley. To the baseline, into traffic. Somehow found a cutter and laying it up and in off the right is Seth Joba, the freshman forward, playing in just his 16th game this season. And he brings Vermont back within 8, 28-20, as we hit exactly 4 minutes to play in our first half.
Ends a 3-minute scoring drought by the Catamounts.
Filipowski, top of the key. Spinning, wants to drive through some traffic. Back to the middle. What a move. Oh, he missed the layup. Unlucky with the left hand. Around and out, and here comes Vermont the other way. Bogues to the right. Hurley a 3. Good. And the Catamounts are back within 5. And John Shire's going to use a timeout. It'll extend to a full. We'll take it as well. 3:42 to go until the break. The Blue Devil lead is 28-23.
It's tournament time for your Blue Devils. You can show your support of Duke all year long by purchasing authentic Duke merchandise from DukeStore.com. Our huge assortment of Duke apparel means you won't have to go anywhere else for the perfect t-shirt, jersey, sweatshirt, or hat. The only collection of Duke merchandise in the world that actually comes to you directly from Duke University. DukeStore.com, where real Duke fans shop.
Duke, Vermont.
Spins. Oh! And he throws it down.
We'll have more from Brooklyn after this local break.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
Hey, pork rind lovers! Are you ready for a new low-carb salad topper with bold flavor? Croutonez pork rind croutons will be your new go-to topper. Try them on salads, soups, or as an on-the-go snack. Croutonez have the protein-packed crunch that will wake up your taste buds while curbing the carbs. Find Southern Recipes small batch Croutonez in the crouton aisle at Food Lion today.
Luke Hallett back with you in the Learfield Network Studio 21, as we get ready for halftime in just about 4 minutes. A lot coming up at halftime as well. We'll have highlights, we'll have stats, and a busy day throughout college basketball. Get you caught up on everything NCAA tournament related. There's been upsets. Auburn went down today over 200 points between Colorado and Florida, and some upcoming matchups of note, including James Madison, Wisconsin, as well as Grand Canyon and St. Mary's. Let's go back to the Barclays Center now. 28-23, Blue Devils with the advantage with John Rose, John Roth, the voice of the Blue Devils, David Shoemate. David.
I think we knew coming in we weren't going to get to 100 points tonight, either team, with the pace that Vermont plays at.
True. Yeah.
And it is a defensive flavor to this one. The Blue Devils have been really good defensively, holding Vermont still below 44% shooting, but they have scored the last 5, and that prompted the timeout for the Blue Devil head coach. As the Blue Devils' lead has been cut in half, 28-23, they will be in possession out of the timeout. Still shooting it well, 9 of 18. It's just a rash of turnovers that haven't really led to points for Vermont, but they've kept the Blue Devils from scoring. Duke has all 5 of the points off of turnovers so far. And it's Mitchell, Proctor, Roach, Filipowski, and McCain, the 5 that started the game out there for John Shire out of the timeout. Proctor to the right, there's Roach. Back up top, Mark Mitchell. Looking to the left, nothing there. Looking to the right, he's got McCain. To the baseline it goes in Filipowski. He towers over Alamutu. Back up top, McCain. Whistle, and Alamutu just grabbed him. And And there will be free throws coming on the 8th team foul on Vermont. And that's the first on Sam Alamutu. And with the lack of height for Vermont, that at times has been their defensive strategy in taking on Filipowski. Grab him and see if you can get away with it.
Even though they've concentrated on him quite a bit, his teammates have certainly picked up and played very well around him. He's only had one field goal attempt in this game, but the Blue Devils overall playing pretty solid on the offensive end before those couple of turnovers recently.
All of his points that come at the free throw line. Blue Devils done a nice job at the stripe tonight. 9 out of 13 now as he hits the front end of the 1-and-1. The lead back to 6, and now a chance to 7. Powell staring it down. On the way. Rattled out, and the rebound for Alamutu. So 29-23 is our score. Duke by 6 with 3:20 to play in the half. Bogues brings it across midcourt. Long trying to get away from Tyrese Proctor, cannot, so they send it for Alamutu. He dribbles to the right, backs out, waiting, still waiting. Filipowski knocked it loose, and now Long has it. 8 to shoot. 6, Long. Crossing over on flip, can't get by, steps through, awkward looking shot. Oh, a prayer with the left hand from 15 feet out for his first field goal. And I mean a prayer. 29-25 with 2:48 to go in the half.
He was well contested by Flip and off balance, but it went.
And Jeremy Roach across midcourt. Sends it to the right, there's Tyrese Proctor. McCain comes off of a curl on the right, Long defending him. Back up top, Proctor. Now to the left, it's Jeremy Roach. 10 on the timer. The senior captain probing through traffic into the paint. Through a lot of contact. Out of block, out of back. Put it up. Off the window, no. And the rebound for Alamutu. So Vermont in transition on a 7-1 push. And trying to get closer. As the Blue Devils still lead it by 4 with 2:15 to play in the half. On the right, it's Bogues. Proctor defending him. Along the baseline, 15 feet out on the right. Sends it back up top for Long. Thought about a deep one. Instead to the right, it's Bogues. Filipowski looking at him. Trying to drive him into the paint. Tough scoop. Off the window, counted in a foul. We'll see who they tag it on. But Bogues will go on the line, try to cut it to 1. And it'll be on Filipowski, and that's his first.
Bogues wearing what I thought they were goggles, but then after he got hit that time and went sliding across the baseline, just whipped them off like they're glasses. So
the glasses held in by a headband.
Yeah.
And now at the free throw line where he's 0 for 2, can make it a 1-point game.
He certainly saw the basket well on that last drive.
On the way. Missed it again. And Filipowski the rebound this time. But the Catamounts have the pace that they're liking right now. They've grounded to a halt. And the Blue Devils, who once led by 10, now only lead by 2. And they don't have a field goal in more than 4 minutes. See if they can get something inside for Flip. He is going to war inside. Double team, cross court. There's McCain. How about a 3? Yes, sir.
Jerry McCain knocks down his first of the night, 3rd for the team, and ends a little bit of a spurt by Vermont.
They lead back to 5, 32-27 with 90 seconds to play until the break. And how about the kick out for Filipowski there? Big time assist. Bogues backing out at the center circle. Works his way to the right. Defended by Jeremy Roach. Trying to drive him. Got inside. Fed it along the baseline. Nearly lost by Joba. They go to the deck. Did he get tied up? Nope. Stolen cleanly. It's McCain left to right. Bodied up from behind. A foul on Alamutu. And that'll be his second. And that is a heady play from a freshman. Guy coming full speed behind you. Just get in front of him. He's going to run you over.
He just had a slight change of direction once he crossed midcourt and took a step to the right. And he got clobbered, but he's going to the free throw line.
9th team foul, so this will be a 1-and-1 for Jared. But a nice response after Vermont had the and one, had the energy, missed the free throw. The Blue Devils get a 3 from Mr. McCain, and now he's at the line shooting 1-and-1. Right-handed free throw shooter. Hits the first. Of course, he was an honorable mention All-ACC selection. Made the All-Rookie team. Some, myself included. I'll throw Rother in there as well. Thought he probably should have been the ACC Rookie of the Year.
I voted that way. I don't mind admitting.
Now he's got a chance to take the lead back to 7. On the way. Got them both. So 8 now for McCain. Mitchell's the only one in double figures. He's got 11. And it's 34-27 with 70 seconds to play in the half as Blakes comes back in. McCain goes out. Probably trying to protect against picking up a 3rd foul here before the break. It's Blakes, Roach, Filipowski, Mitchell, and Proctor. You still got 2 guys out there with 2, and Blakes and Tyrese got to be careful about that. On the right, Alamutu faces up on Filipowski. Now a handoff on the right. It's into the hands of Deloney. Works his way to the left, sends it back to the right. Trying to drive inside. Tough scoop with the right hand. Wouldn't go out of the hands of Hurley. The rebound for Proctor. Into the final minute of the opening half with the Blue Devils leading by 7. They've scored the last 5. Roach has it on the right. A screen from Filipowski. Probing into the paint. Floats and didn't get the roll. Offensive rebound flip. A kick out for a Proctor 3. Too short, and the rebound for Alamutu. About a 5-second differential shot clock to game clock as Vermont brings it into front court. And holding out to the right of the center circle is Deloney. We're down to 20 seconds to play in the half. 10 to shoot now. Just staring at the clock, 9 to shoot. 12 seconds to play in the half. 5 on the timer, 35 feet out. Gets the screen. Deloney with 2 with 1. Trying to drive. 1 to shoot. Scooped it up. Got it. 4 seconds to go in the half. Got to go quickly. It's Filipowski with 2 with 1 from half court. It won't go. And the Blue Devil lead will be 5 at halftime. Well, Deloney has 11. Vermont has hit some trick shots here in the first 20 minutes. He's got 1. Long has 1. But most importantly, the Blue Devils have the lead. 34-29 our score. Mark Mitchell had 11. The leading rebounder was Filipowski. He had 8. And the Blue Devils in that half had 8 assists on their 10 makes. From the field, 34-29 our score as we send it to the studio. And Luke.
Thank you, David. Our halftime coverage just about to ramp up with some highlights, some stats from half number 1, as well as a look around the NCAA tournament. Again, Duke leading 34-29 at the break. Action-packed day throughout college basketball, including at the Barclays Center. 5-point Blue Devil lead. We'll get you caught up on everything in just a moment. This is Duke basketball from Learfield.
It's game day, a day where great food, friends, and family always come together. And bringing people together is what Harris Teeter is all about. We make sure you have the best and most delicious game day foods. Whether you're heading to the arena or making your own tailgate at home, Harris Teeter is where Blue Devil fans shop for groceries. And you can save big on your game day celebration just by joining EVIC. Sign up today and save hundreds of dollars per month. Harris Teeter, let's game day together.
I feel happy, Valero Pay Plus app.
I feel happy, it makes savings a snap.
Use it and start saving automatically.
You just save some money, not too shabby.
I feel happy, I'm in and out real fast.
I feel happy, now pit stops are a blast.
Download today and get in on the fun. Valero Pay Plus app, your savings have begun.
Blue Devils, Catamounts.
Steps to the left, launches, count it.
More from Brooklyn after this local break.
Since our doors first opened in 1988, the Washington Duke Inn and Golf Club has celebrated the contributions of its namesake, paying tribute to a life of community service and philanthropy. This is the cornerstone of our commitment to the Durham community. Duke family artifacts and photographs can be found throughout the hallways of the inn. Visit us as we continue to celebrate tradition over trend, as we have for more than 30 years. For reservations, visit us at WashingtonDukeInn.com. That's WashingtonDukeInn.com.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome to the Duke Basketball Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll break down the game's first 20 minutes, update scores from the ACC and the top 25, and preview the second half. Our halftime coverage begins inside the Learfield Network studios. Here's Kyle Schatzberger.
Luke Allen in for Kyle Schatzberger today at halftime. 4th-seeded Duke leads 13th-seeded Vermont, 34-29. We'll take a listen to some of the highlights from half number 1. Duke got an impressive first half from Mark Mitchell, 11 points and 3 rebounds from Mitchell, and Duke was able to get him right near the 10 a couple of times for some flushes, giving the Blue Devils the advantage.
Faces up, looking to the right. There's McCain. One dribble, whipped it inside to Mitchell for yet another dunk.
What a cut by Mark Mitchell, too, right through the heart of that Vermont defense, and a rifle shot from McCain to hit him in stride.
4 of 7 from the floor in that first half for Mitchell. He was not done with the dunks in the first opening 20 minutes.
Mitchell comes to set one. He'll take that one, feed it to Mitchell. A driving lane, a hesitation move, and a right-hand stuff. Mitchell's into double figures. He's got 11, and the lead is 10.
Duke defense also came out in that first half with Jalen Blanks, a steal and a layup, giving the Blue Devils at the time a 10-point advantage.
Now he picked up his dribble, threw it cross-court, deflected, stolen by Blakes. A chance to run. He'll lay it up and in. His first field goal, and the lead's back to 10.
And his defensive instincts are certainly his strength. He took it to heart that time and finished it.
Those defensive instincts on a full display for Duke as they lead 34-29. The 4-13 matchup in the first round of 64 in the NCAA tournament. Winner of this game will get the winner of Wisconsin and James Madison. That comes up later today. We'll get you scores from the NCAA tournament as well as an update on the Duke women's basketball team. They were victorious today against the Richmond Spiders. We'll get you all the stats, everything else from that first half as well. This is Duke basketball from Learfield.
For any surface in every season, Continental Tire is the smart choice in tires. From ultra-high performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport to passenger touring tires to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT, Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
At the North Carolina Education Lottery, we love to celebrate winners. So I hired a town crier to announce Pick 3, Pick 4, and Cash 5 winners.
Hear ye, hear ye. But there are thousands of winners every day.
Oyez, oyez, oyez. I may not have thought this through.
A proclamation of jubilant accord. Who gave him a bell?
Daily draw games. What will you do with your win? Must be 18 to play. See Pick 3, Pick 4 and Cash 5 prize and odds charts at nclottery.com for details. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
You're listening to Duke basketball in the NCAA tournament. Back to Brooklyn in 60 seconds.
Hey, pork rind lovers. Are you ready for a new low-carb salad topper with bold flavor? Croutonez pork rind croutons will be your new go-to topper. Try them on salads, soups, or as an on-the-go snack. Croutonez have the protein-packed crunch that will wake up your taste buds while curbing the carbs. Find Southern Recipe small batch Croutonez in the crouton aisle at Food Lion today.
PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of their customers and communities by helping all move forward financially. As a Main Street bank, they try to do the right thing by their customers with every encounter. Their local teams offer personalized financial advice to help guide customers to making the best decision. They're proud to be part of the Duke Blue Devils community. See how PNC Bank can make a difference for you at PNC.com. PNC Bank National Association member FDIC.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Duke University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of Duke University and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Duke University.
Halftime in the Barclays Center, 34-29. 4th-seeded Duke with a lead over the 13th-seeded Vermont Catamounts. Before we go any farther, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves as affiliates. This is Duke basketball from Learfield. Luke Hallett back with you at Studio 21, Learfield Network Studios. Again, a 34-29 halftime lead for the Blue Devils as we reset the table in the NCAA tournament. There's a lot of action going down today, and there's 3 other games in progress right now. We'll keep you updated on those first. It's halftime between 9-8 Texas A&M and Nebraska. 58-44, the Aggies have the advantage over the Cornhuskers at halftime. High-scoring affair. Wade Taylor, the 4th Aggie guard, with 17 points so far to pace Texas A&M. SEC has had a rough go. We'll keep you updated with some of those results as well. But so far, Texas A&M up 14 at halftime. Top-seeded Purdue leads 16th seed Grambling 12-8. Grambling State Tigers won over Montana State in the play-in game for the right to play Purdue. We saw what happened last year to the Boilermakers against the 16th seeded Fairleigh Dickinson. Right now, Grambling within a couple of possessions, 12-8, 14 and a half minutes to play in Indianapolis. Another 4-13 matchup, Alabama and Charleston is locked up at 10, 15 and a half minutes to play between the Crimson Tide and the Cougars. Those are two high-scoring offenses, and they go toe-to-toe right now, all tied at 10 apiece. As for final results, 4th-seeded Auburn today fell to 13th-seeded Yale. That is the headliner so far, 78-76. It's the second win in program history for the Yale Bulldogs. They pull off a stunner, knocking off 4th-seeded Auburn by 2 points. Speaking of offense, Colorado and Florida scored over 200 combined, and it was the Buffaloes who won 102-100 in a classic. KJ Simpson getting a go-ahead bucket with under 5 seconds to play, pilot the Buffaloes to a 2-point victory and an appearance in the round of 32. Elsewhere, results as expected. UConn dominated against Stetson 91-52. Huskies were led by Donovan Clingan, his 19 points and 8 rebounds. They will take on Northwestern, who needed overtime to down the FAU Owls 77-65. 9th-seeded Northwestern Wildcats moving on to take on UConn. Clemson was the only 6th seed that defeated their 11th-seeded foe in this NCAA tournament with a 77-56 rolling of the New Mexico Lobos. Other 11 seeds that moved on include Duquesne, Oregon, as well as the NC State Wolfpack. All of those teams moving on, but Clemson able to defeat New Mexico today, 77-56. San Diego State also bested UAB 69-65 in a 5-12 matchup. Aztecs are moving on. Baylor had no problem with Colgate today, 92-67, and Marquette defeated Western Kentucky 87-69 in a game that was close at the break. Western Kentucky led 43-36, but it was all Golden Eagles in the second half, 51-26. Marquette outscored the Hilltoppers in the second frame. Tyler Kolek returning from that injury. He had a nagging oblique injury, 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 assists. A double-double as Marquette is moving on. There's a slew of games coming up later today. A 1:16 matchup between Houston and Longwood, slated for a 9:20 tip-off in the South region. Of course, James Madison, Wisconsin, to follow the Blue Devils and the Catamounts. A 5-12 showdown between the Badgers and the Dukes. TCU and Utah State in a 9-8 matchup. Horned Frogs and the Utah State Aggies. That's approximately a 10 p.m. tip-off following Purdue and Grambling State. And roughly at 10 o'clock as well, 5-12 matchup, West Region, St. Mary's and Grand Canyon. The Lopes and the St. Mary's Gales will go head-to-head in Spokane in that 5-12 showdown. 34-29 at halftime. Blue Devils have the lead. Mitchell leading all scorers on the Duke side with 11 points and 3 rebounds as the Blue Devils will look to advance on to take on either the winner of Wisconsin or James Madison. It's a 5-point edge for the Blue Devils. We'll catch up with John Roth, get some statistics from half number 1 when we come back. This is Duke Basketball from Learfield.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Would you like to learn how AI-driven financial strategies can empower you to meet evolving challenges with confidence? OneStream can help you do just that. It's the next generation intelligent finance platform that streamlines corporate performance management processes such as planning, forecasting, financial close, and consolidation. Choose the smarter option. Choose OneStream. Go to onestream.com/AI and streamline your business today.
Duke plays here.
Flying in, reverses it, up and in for 2.
This is the Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
Duke fans know about excellence and achievement and the value of a Duke education. So when someone is injured and needs legal help, it makes sense to call the law offices of James Scott Farron, a statewide law firm managed by a Duke Law graduate. If you're injured in an auto accident or on the job, call on the Hurt Line, 1-800-HURT-LINE. The law offices of James Scott Farron, headquartered near Duke at 555 Mangum Street in Durham, North Carolina.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Blue Devil Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
Duke on top of Vermont, 34-29. First round of the NCAA tournament here in Brooklyn, New York. Let's check out our halftime stats. They're presented by Steel. Step up your game with Steel battery tools for the Blue Devils. Mark Mitchell led the way in that half with 11 points on 4 out of 7 shooting, followed by Jared McCain with 8 points, 5 for Tyrese Proctor, 4 for Jeremy Roach. Kyle Filipowski only scored 3. They all came at the free throw line as he only attempted one shot and did not make it, but he's got a pretty good stat line other than that. Team best 8 rebounds. He's also had 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Done a little bit of everything for the Blue Devils here in this first half while playing all but 1 minute. Blue Devils 34 points came on 43.5% shooting. They were 3 out of 8 from three-point range, and they out-rebounded Vermont 19-14. Vermont led by Aaron Deloney with 11 points on 5 out of 8 shooting, and they shot slightly better than the Blue Devils, 48%. Identical on three-point shots at 3, 4, 8. One big difference is they did not score any points off of the 6 turnovers they got from Duke, whereas Duke scored 7 points off of the turnovers they got from Vermont. So we're here at the half with the Blue Devils up by 5, and much more to come for the second half to see who moves on to Sunday in the second round of the NCAA tournament. We'll get you back to the action in just a couple moments. From Brooklyn, you're listening to Duke Basketball from Learfield.
It's tournament time for your Blue Devils. You can show your support of Duke all year long by purchasing authentic Duke merchandise from DukeStore.com. Our huge assortment of Duke apparel means you won't have to go anywhere else for the perfect t-shirt, jersey, sweatshirt, or hat. The only collection of Duke merchandise in the world that actually comes to you directly from Duke University. DukeStore.com, where real Duke fans shop.
At the North Carolina Education Lottery, we love to celebrate winners. So I hired a town crier to announce Pick 3, Pick 4, and Cash 5 winners.
Hear ye, hear ye. But there are thousands of winners every day.
Oyez, oyez, oyez.
I may not have thought this through.
A proclamation of jubilant accord.
Who gave him a bell?
Daily draw games. What will you do with your win? Must be 18 to play. See Pick 3, Pick 4 and Cash 5 prize and odds charts at nclottery.com for details. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Duke, Vermont. You're listening to Duke Basketball in the NCAA tournament. We'll get back to Brooklyn in 60 seconds.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown bar district.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up. Home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
I feel happy, Valero Pay Plus app.
I feel happy, it makes savings a snap.
Use it and start saving automatically.
You just save some money, not too shabby.
I feel happy, I'm in and out real fast.
I feel happy, now pit stops are a blast.
Download today and get in on the fun. Valero Pay Plus app, your savings have begun.
Back here at the Barclays Center as we get set to head to the second half. The Blue Devils with a 34-29 lead. This is the 4-13 matchup in the South Regional. The winner moves on to Sunday Don't know the tip time yet. They'll face either Wisconsin or James Madison, the final game of the day here in Brooklyn. David Schimate alongside John Rolfe. John Rose, our producer and engineer, back inside our network studios tonight is Luke Hallett. And, John, you look across the box score, some things to like, probably some things the Blue Devils would like to add to. The rebounding advantage, 19-14. You're touching on this, and you're up by 5, and your 2 leading scorers are combined 1 for 5 from the field. I mean, glass half full, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Filipowski 0 for 1 and Jeremy Roach 1 for 4, a total of 7 points, and most of those have come at the free throw line. But when you speak of the free throw line, that's probably really been the difference in the game. The Blue Devils drawing fouls and getting to the line. 11 out of 16 for Duke at the free throw stripe, whereas Vermont 0 for 3. And part of that is just because most of the fouls that Duke has drawn have been shooting fouls. They've gone to the basket and gotten fouled while they've been trying to score, and most of the fouls the Blue Devils have committed against Vermont have not been of that variety. They've been more out on the perimeter and not in a shooting situation. So Duke's taken advantage of their aggressive play and gotten to the foul line and made it count.
Yeah, Vermont, a jump shooting team. They don't really play through the post, and lack of size is something to keep an eye on because they're 2 guys that start inside. Fiorillo and Iofalia each picked up 2 in that first half. Matt Veretto had not played in 5 games, came in briefly in that first half. He'd been dealing with shoulder injury, only played 2 minutes. You wonder if he can go. He wasn't out there very long. Seth Jobe actually came in, a freshman forward at 6'9", who's played limited minutes this year. Very thin inside for Vermont. I'm sure that's going to be a point of emphasis for the Blue Devils. And John, you know this from watching basketball over the years. It's not just, playing with your back to the basket. I think you have Filipowski. I know he doesn't have a field goal in this game, but he's making correct reads when they're sending 3 defenders at you. Kick it out and find a shooter.
Yeah, and like I was talking a moment ago with the stats, other than that 0 for 1 from the field, the rest of his line is pretty strong with a couple of assists, a couple steals, a couple of blocks, and to be honest, he would have probably had 4 assists if a couple of his nice passes out to perimeter shooters, the shots had gone down, but they just didn't. But he's made some good plays out there. Just hasn't been as aggressive in getting the ball down low and scoring himself.
But everybody knows this year the urgency is real. You win, you move on, and it's a cruel tournament. You lose, and the season's over. And the Blue Devils trying to obviously avoid that here tonight. As Vermont will have it first as we go to the second half. We'll watch the Blue Devils go right to left as we sit across from the Blue Devil bench here tonight. Vermont won the opening tap. There was 1 tie-up, so that's why the Catamounts have it first in the second half, but Blue Devils got it on the alternating possession in the first half. Yeah, Blue Devils in the NCAA tournament all time, sorry, John, 119-40, 74.8%. That's the best win percentage in the history of the tournament.
And I was just going to say, we started this event actually back on Tuesday with 68 teams, and we're just now getting to the end of the first round, and about half the field is already gone with a couple more games to play tonight. So it's very real about how abrupt your season is done. We haven't even got to Friday night yet, and over half the field is gone.
Blue Devils have had a bunch of success in this particular round, as you would expect. 31-3, winning better than 91% of the time. And it'll be the senior captain, 6'2", 180 out of Leesburg, Virginia, who will head out there. Jeremy Roach, I'm talking about, wearing number 3 alongside Tyrese Proctor. Jared McCain, the freshman guard, I should say, 6'3", 197 out of Sacramento, California. Mark Mitchell and Kyle Filipowski, the sophomore center, 7-footer, 248 out of Westtown, New York, the starting 5. Back out there to begin the second half. Meanwhile, for Vermont, they're going back to their starters as well. Deloney, Long, Bogues, Fiorillo, and Iofalia. And Vermont in possession. The Blue Devils up 34-29 as we get underway here in the second half. It'll be Deloney working on the left side of the floor. Further to the baseline it goes, and Fiorillo. Roach defending, back up top Long. Can't shoot over Proctor. He'll launch anyway. Missed it badly in the rebound for Filipowski, his 9th. So a good defensive possession to get it started and a chance to add to a 5-point lead. Roach across midcourt, greeted by Deloney. Jeremy sends it to the right. There's McCain looking inside. Filipowski slicing in, had a step, instead found a cutter to Mitchell to throw it down.
Once again, Flip with a great pass to a teammate, and Mitchell with his 4th dunk of the night.
13 for Mitchell, and the lead is 7, 36-29. Heady play by the big fella Filipowski. Bogues catches, feeds it right back to Deloney. Looking inside, back door came open, did Bogues, and he lays it in off the left. He's got 6, and Vermont's back within 5, 36-31. Jeremy Roach brings it across midcourt, drifts to the right. Gets a screen from Filipowski. Trying to turn the corner. Sends it back up top for Mitchell. Looking to the left. There's Tyrese Proctor off of a couple of screens. Into the paint. Back up top. Filipowski wants to drive. Bodied up by Iofalio, and that's his third. Again, a good decision by Filipowski. Saw the defender off bounce and tagged him with a foul.
And if you can get their 6'8" guy out of the game with fouls, that's a good play, even if you don't score on it.
Here's Alamutu back into the game, and it'll be Iofalio who leaves with 3 with 18:48 to go. And the Blue Devils will inbound along the right baseline. Proctor to inbound it. Waiting. Lobs it for Filipowski, who catches on Alamutu. Now back up top for McCain. Looking to the right. There's Proctor. Room to shoot, and he can't hit the 3. The rebound over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. The Blue Devils tonight just 3 of 9 from distance, and Proctor now 1 out of 5. And it'll be Deloney who brings it across. Duke up 36-31 with 18:35 to play here in a rolling second half. Deloney by Mitchell. Waiting. Drifts to the right. Roach has him now on a switch. 14 to shoot. Shovels it off for Bogues. At the free throw line. Knocked loose by Roach. Stolen by the captain. And here comes Jeremy on the right sideline. Got airborne, fed it to Mitchell. Mark on the drive. Off his foot, off of Vermont and out of bounds as Deloney was last to touch it. Somewhat fortunate for the Blue Devils as they nearly turned it over. Two teams that don't really turn it over. The Blue Devils only average 9.7. Vermont 9.1. But 8 so far for Vermont. The Blue Devils have turned it over 6 times. I think it's indicative of how the two teams are playing so hard defensively. As Duke gets it in for Mark Mitchell. Faces up. Works his way to the top of the key. 15 to shoot. Found the cutter and Roach. Back to the left. Stolen, maybe. Nope, it came back to Roach. Boy, the Blue Devils fortunate. Bogues got a hand on that one. 10 to shoot. Jeremy a crossover into the paint through a double team. Lost it. And out of there with it is Deloney in transition. 4-on-4. He'll back out and run some offense. Tom Roach got caught up in traffic and lost the basketball. 7th turnover tonight for the Blue Devils. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Duke still up by 5 as Deloney got inside. Kick to the right corner. Driving is Bogues. Spinning. Kicks to the right. Deloney jumps up over Filipowski. Missed the 3. The weak side rebound for Alamutu. A fresh 20 to work with. Trying to back down Tyrese Proctor. Steps through in the paint. Tried to dump it off. Was able to. Now back outside. Bogues a 3. No. And the rebound for McCain. Jared strong with the basketball, and here come the Blue Devils up 36-31 with 17:20 to go.
Vermont getting a rare offensive rebound for them in this contest. They only had 2 in the first half. Got a second chance, but couldn't take advantage.
Roach on the right. Boy, Filipowski being hugged inside. Finally fights his way through, catches at the right block. Going to work on Fiorillo. A double team to the left. McCain a 3. Rattled around, it wouldn't go. Flip got a hand on the rebound, but it came to Bogues. Everything you wanted, it just wouldn't fall. 3 minutes gone in the second half. The margin right where it was at halftime. 36-31. Bogues drifts to the left. Gets the screen from Deloney. Now a switch. Roach has him. Trying to back him down with 12 to shoot in front of the Vermont bench. Spins to the baseline. Goes in on Filipowski. Got him airborne. Missed the layup. Flip knocked down on the rebounding action. They let it go. The glasses for Bogues are on the floor. He throws him to the bench. Here's long into the paint. Left it for Bogues, who put it up. Counted in a foul. And that'll be 2 on Filipowski.
Bogues putting it down without his eyewear. And it's a 3-point game with a free throw to come.
And Bogues has taken all 3 of the free throws tonight for Vermont. He's missed all of them. And he'll have a chance to cut it to 2 with 16:30 to go. He does have his glasses back on. And the free throw is good this time. So he's got 9, and it's a 2-point game, 36-34 with 3.5 minutes to go. And the Blue Devils will bring it up with Tyrese Proctor. And the Vermont faithful starting to make some noise. Here's Mitchell at the top of the key. Back to the right, there's McCain. Jared looking over long. Back up top, Mitchell. Dribbles to the left, a handoff for Jeremy Roach. Curling at the free throw line, into the paint, fed it to Mitchell, who goes up strong and draws a foul. I think this will be on Fiorillo. Nope, they're going to give it to Alamutu, and that's his 3rd.
Blue Devils trying to take as much advantage of Mark Mitchell as they can. He frequently is finding himself as the open guy when defenders move to the ball or move to flip, and he's answered pretty well in this contest so far. Needs to keep it up at the free throw line.
Left-handed free throw shooter looking for his 14th point, and it's short. As a reminder, the Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Get More program. Duke made 11 in the first half, so now 473 made free throws on the year, and Food Line has donated 30,000 meals to help our neighbors in need. So Mitchell will have one more, and Stewart's going to come in if Mitchell can make the second. As you heard the horn, but he's coming in for the shooter. So one more free throw for Mark Mitchell. Settles himself. And didn't get the roll. The rebound for Alamutu. So it's a 2-point cushion for the Blue Devils. 36-34. About 4 minutes into the second half. Deloney across midcourt. Gets a screen from Alamutu. Trying to drive left side of the paint. Whipped it to the right. Hurley's got it now. Probing to the right baseline. Nearly knocked loose by Filipowski. Waiting, sends it into the corner. Deloney wants to drive in on Roach. Kicks to the left. A 3-ball for Fiorillo. Wouldn't go. The rebound inside. Good position by McCain. He tapped it to Filipowski. So still up by 2. Here comes Duke. 36-34. Moving right to left as we see things across from the Blue Devil bench. McCain comes off of the screen. Probing at the free throw line. Sends it to the right. Roach. He'll drive back to the left. McCain a 3. Count it. Boy, they needed that. And McCain's into double figures. He's got 11.
And Long all over him and could have grazed his wrist as he was shooting, but he had a great follow-through and still drained it.
39-34, 15-15 to go. Deloney on the left. Backing out. Turns down a screen, sends it to left and Long, who wants to drive Filipowski into the paint. Tough scoop, fouled by Mitchell. He'll shoot 2 when we come back. That's the first on Mark, and we've got a timeout. 15:08 to go. The Blue Devils lead at 39-34.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/go Duke.
To learn more, visit your local Trusted Choice Independent Agency, Privet Insurance Agency in Rollsville, or go to privetinsurance.com.
For any surface in every season, Continental Tire is the smart choice in tires. From ultra-high performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport to passenger touring tires to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT, Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
Duke fans know about excellence and achievement and the value of a Duke education. So when someone is injured and needs legal help, it makes sense to call the law offices of James Scott Farron, a statewide law firm managed by a Duke Law graduate. If you're injured in an auto accident or on the job, call on the Hurt Line, 1-800-HURT-LINE. The law offices of James Scott Farron, headquartered near Duke at 555 Mangum Street in Durham, North Carolina.
Duke basketball in the NCAA tournament against Vermont is brought to you by Duke Stores. Shop.duke.edu, where real Duke fans shop.
And we're back here in Brooklyn with 15:08 to go. The Blue Devils leading 39-34, trying to get to the second round of the NCAA tournament. 2 in double figures. Mitchell has 13. Jared McCain has 11. He has 2 of the 4 threes for John Shire's group. Jeremy Roach with 1 and Tyrese Proctor another. Meanwhile, it's been Deloney and Bogues who have done it for Vermont. They've got 20 of the 34 for the Catamounts, who are 15 of 34 from the field, 3 of 12 from 3. Each team with 5 points so far here in the second half. And it'll be Vermont at the free throw line when we get back to action. Talking about Mark Mitchell with 13 right now and 3 rebounds. What he's done since the turn of the new year, averaging 13 points a game, 3 double-doubles, better than 60% from the field, 50% from 3. And, of course, by now you know the stat very well. The Blue Devils are 32-4 when he scores in double figures, trying to get it to 33-4 here tonight. Just when he gives you that dynamism offensively, it really changes this team for the better. He's going to get a breather here as Sean Stewart will come in. So it'll be Filipowski, McCain, Proctor, Stewart, and Roach. And it'll be Long at 82%, shooting a pair. Their leading scorer at 12 per game. Left-handed free throw shooter, missed it. He actually has made more threes than 2 on the season. I mean, he really wants to shoot the 3.
He's had 5 basically buzzer-beater game-winner threes this year, including their Yale game when they were down by 3 in the last couple of seconds as he makes that one. He hit a 3 and got fouled and had a 4-point play with 0.8 of a second left to help them beat Yale.
Yale, one of the darlings today, knocking out Auburn earlier
that
today.
Yale team.
39-35. Duke by 4, as John told you, made the second. 5 minutes into the second half. McCain has it on the left, defended by Long. Comes off of a screen. Alamutu has him on a switch. Now Roach back to McCain on the left, looking inside for Filipowski. Doing battle with Fiorillo. He's got it now at the left block. Here comes a double team. Steps through, kicks to the right. Proctor a 3. Got it. Nice find for Flip. Proctor pays it off. He's got 8. And the lead back to 7, 42-35.
Right in front of the bench where everybody was telling him to shoot, and he complied.
Look at Roach doing battle on the right baseline. Trying to lock up Hurley. He'll switch off and cover Bogues. Works his way up top, sends it to the left. Hurley again. Defended by Jared McCain off of a screen from Fiorillo. Stewart switches onto him. They lob it to the right corner. Alamutu was standing on the sideline. And Vermont turns it over for the 9th time.
That's their season average, 9th in the country in fewest turnovers, and we've still got 14-plus minutes to go.
So a chance to add to a 7-point lead. The Blue Devils are 3 of 5 from the field here in the second half, 2 threes. Roach trying to get it to Filipowski. He's got it up top. Kyle catches. Dribbles to the left. Fed it to Jared McCain off of a flip screen. McCain probing. Looking to get it to him. Kicked by Alamutu out of bounds. That was a rifle shot over the head of the media. Symbol to our left and into the stands.
Wow.
Rose didn't go under the deck. He's not going to be deterred. That wasn't close to either one of us. Otherwise, we would have been under the table. As McCain inbounds just in front of us. Up 42-35. Proctor off of a screen set by Flip. Whips it to the corner for Jeremy Roach. He towers over Hurley. Man, Filipowski doing battle inside with Bogue. Stewart catches. Lobs it to Flip, who catches. Bobbled it. Nearly pushed out of bounds. Fed it to McCain in the left corner. Back up top. Proctor a 3. Too strong. The rebound fought for out of bounds. Last touch by Vermont. Oh, wow. They say Filipowski touched it last. They're going to get some help, though. Rob Riley comes over and they change the call. It'll be Blue Devil basketball.
Not only did he not touch it last, he was probably fouled going for that rebound as well. That not called, but Ryan Young's going to come in and give him a little respite here.
And a fresh 20. So the Blue Devils see all 3 of their captains on the floor. Proctor, Young, and Roach out there with Stewart and McCain. And now John Becker, already with 1 technical foul, is being asked to go back to the coach's box. He didn't particularly like the instruction. He's talking to Steve McJunkins now. You can't just hold the game up. All right, now we're ready. And Proctor inbound, left baseline, right side of the hoop. Gets it for Young. Ryan with Alamutu defending. Back up top for Stewart, and now here's Jeremy Roach. Trying to add to a 7-point lead. Jeremy. Waiting. Crossing over on Hurley. 7 to shoot. Crossed over again. Jumps up. Too strong on the jumper. The rebound for Alamutu. 6.5 minutes gone here in the second half. Duke by 7, 42-35. Bogues into front court, defended by Proctor. Some 6 feet beyond the three-point line on the right. Waiting for a screen, gets it from Alamutu. Proctor fights over it, deflects the pass. It's to the sideline. Proctor to the deck, out of bounds. Last touch by Proctor, they say. It'll stay with Vermont with 13 to shoot.
Yeah, Proctor and Young both dove on the floor after that ball, trying to be the first to a 50-50 loose ball.
And some of the things, if you're always in the pregame show, the head coach was talking about. He wanted to see out of his team here tonight. And they have been fighting all evening long. Hurley looking to get it in for Bogues. Having a hard time. Gets into the corner for Alamutu. Young defends him. Low with the dribble. Lost it. Young to the deck. He's got it out of there with it to Roach. A chance to add to a 7-point lead. 7 minutes gone in the second half. McCain on the left. Gets a screen from Young. Jared steps back. Too strong on the 3. Stewart's got the rebound. Went to the deck. Threw some contact. McCain couldn't save it. It's out of bounds and over to Vermont.
Boy, Sean Stewart went high for that rebound, and it just went off his fingertips heading towards the sideline.
And with 12:51 to go, Vermont will get it back. You love the intensity right now, though. And the defense is really cranked up. Vermont hasn't scored in more than 2 minutes as Mark Mitchell will come back in, and Ryan Young will head out with 12:51 to go.
Young with a great steal.
So it's Mitchell, Stewart, McCain, Proctor, and Roach. This is the Blue Devils' version of small ball. Tallest guy on the floor. Well, there's 2 of them, Mitchell and Stewart out there at 6'9". Deloney with Roach defending. Well beyond the three-point line. Fed it for Hurley, back for Deloney. Trying to drive, McCain could not. Handed it to Bogues, now back up top for Hurley. 12 to shoot. Works his way to the left. Now back up top for Bogues. Behind the back, trying to get inside on Mitchell. Spinning, cannot. To the left, it's Long. Wants to drive all the way to the hoop. Fed it to Bogues for a dunk.
Good
Bogues into
execution.
double figures.
Yeah, good execution by Vermont on that offensive sequence of getting the Duke defense to move and open up a lane.
42-37 with 12:13 to go. Proctor at the top of the key. Stewart comes to set a screen. Takes it to the right. Tyrese backs out, looking inside, wants to drive. Cut off. Reloads. Drives. Hurley scoops it off the window. Oh, it wouldn't go. Out of bounds. Last touch by Vermont. It'll stay with the Blue Devils when we come back. 12 minutes exactly to go here in Brooklyn. It's Duke 42 and Vermont 37.
At the North Carolina Education Lottery, we love to celebrate winners. So I hired a town crier to announce Pick 3, Pick 4, and Cash 5 winners.
Hear ye, hear ye.
But there are thousands of winners every day.
Oyez, oyez, oyez.
I may not have thought this through.
A proclamation of jubilant accord.
Who gave him a bell?
Daily draw games. What will you do with your win? Must be 18 to play. See Pick 3, Pick 4 and Cash 5 prize and odds charts at nclottery.com for details. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
The Brotherhood plays here.
This is Luau Day.
Hey, this is Mike Cheminsky.
Hey, this is Tyus Jones, and you're listening to Duke Basketball.
Hey, pork rind lovers. Are you ready for a new low-carb salad topper with bold flavor? Croutonez pork rind croutons will be your new go-to topper. Try them on salads, soups, or as an on-the-go snack. Croutonez have the protein-packed crunch that will wake up your taste buds while curbing the carbs. Find Southern Recipes small batch Croutonez in the crouton aisle at Food Lion today.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
12 minutes to go here in Brooklyn. The Blue Devils with a 42-37 lead on Vermont. Don't forget the Sharp Business System sets the same standard of excellence in office equipment as the Blue Devils do in basketball. Count on Sharp for state-of-the-art office equipment. Sharp, changing the way companies do business. David Schmidt alongside John Roth. John Rose, our producer and engineer. Who's going to happen? Luke Hallett back inside our network studios. Kyle's been with us all year long. Appreciate Luke stepping in as the Blue Devils are trying to get out of the first round. You knew Vermont was going to be game. We talked about 4th longest winning streak in the country, having won 10 straight coming into this one. 3rd consecutive NCAA tournament appearance for the first time since 2005. 4th time they've been the 13th seed in their last 5 appearances in the Big Dance. Their only win came back in 2005 when they beat Syracuse in overtime 60-57.
Here's one of the amazing things for me about Vermont just over the years. Last 8 years in their conference, in 8 years they've only had 13 conference losses. Their record in the America East is 115-13 over the last 8 years. That's some domination there.
Yeah, it's a big reason John Becker is now the winningest coach in program history at Vermont, as the Blue Devils will be in possession out of the timeout. Proctor, Filipowski, McCain, Mitchell, and Roach, the 5 on the floor. A slap of the basketball. Proctor looking over the defense, having a hard time. Finds McCain on the left. Thought about a 3. Fresh 20 to work with off the offensive rebound. McCain into the paint. Offensive foul, I think, or an and one. We'll wait and see. They call it a charge. All 3 officials were looking at each other.
Finally, one made a decision.
And that's 3 on McCain. It would have been an and one if they would have called the defensive foul. John Shire thought the defender was falling backward, but McCain ever so gingerly extended the arm, and they almost always call that offensive. 3rd team foul. So here's Vermont in possession. Duke up 42-37. Bogues spinning in front of his own bench. Lobs it for Fiorillo. Faces up on McCain. Back up top. Deloney with Filipowski staring him down. 12 to shoot. Working to the left, into the corner, Fiorillo, right back to Deloney. 9 on the timer. Filipowski with a long hand in front of him. Deloney with 5 to shoot. Jumper up, short, and a rebound for McCain. Good defense. A chance to add to a 5-point lead. Jared going to wait for help with 11:23 to go. Low scoring as we expected, 42-37. Only 8 apiece here in the second half. The bounce pass to the baseline. See if Filipowski can change that. Hunting his first field goal. Instead, tried to send it back up top. Deflected, came back to him. Now he sends it to Proctor. 8 to shoot. A jab step for Tyrese. Probing into the paint. Spins. 4 to shoot. Back out for McCain. 2-1. Scoops it at the buzzer. Off the window and in. What a bucket for McCain, and he's got 13.
Beat the shot clock by just a microsecond, and the Blue Devils back up by 7.
44-37, 10:45 to go. Put a marker on that one. As McCain showed the athleticism and the touch. On the right. 3 ball for Long. No, too strong. And the rebound for Filipowski. Bodied up, maintained his bounce, and he's got the rebound. And here's Tyrese Proctor across midcourt. Roach going to settle it down as we're coming up on the midway point of the second half with Duke up by 7 here in Brooklyn. Roach off of a screen step by Mitchell. Probing. Gives it back to Mark. Steps through, off the window, and down! And the lead is 9 as Mitchell has 15.
Attack, attack, attack. Mark Mitchell knows the word.
Midway point of the second half, 46-37, and a timeout taken by Vermont. 2 pumps to the fist for the head coach of the Blue Devils. John Shire says right now as we step aside with Duke up by 9.
It's tournament time for your Blue Devils. You can show your support of Duke all year long by purchasing authentic Duke merchandise from DukeStore.com. Our huge assortment of Duke apparel means you won't have to go anywhere else for the perfect t-shirt, jersey, sweatshirt, or hat. The only collection of Duke merchandise in the world that actually comes to you directly from Duke University. DukeStore.com, where real Duke fans shop.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up. Home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Would you like to learn how AI-driven financial strategies can empower you to meet evolving challenges with confidence? OneStream can help you do just that. It's the next generation intelligent finance platform that streamlines corporate performance management processes such as planning, forecasting, financial close, and consolidation. Choose the smarter option. Choose OneStream. Go to onestream.com/AI and streamline your business today.
9:59 to go in this one with the Blue Devils up 46-37. And don't forget, the Blue Devil basketball is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. It's Coke Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Speaking of best ever, perhaps it certainly makes you the best fan ever. Coke Zero Sugar leaves everything out there on game day. 0 sugar, 0 calories, and always bringing that irresistible taste that keeps you coming back for more. Is it the best Coke ever? Take a taste.
Well, while we're midway through the second half, let's check out our in-game stats presented by Steel. Step up your game with Steel battery tools. And for the Blue Devils, 2 double-figure scores at this point. 15 for Mitchell and McCain with 13. So right there, that's 28 out of the Blue Devils' 46, and 8 for Tyrese Proctor. Overall, Duke shooting 44% for the game and 45% for this half. They have knocked down a couple of threes in this half, and they've out-rebounded Vermont as well. On the other side, Vermont with 2 guys at 11 points apiece, Deloney and Bogues, and they've hit only 30% in this half and have not made a 3 yet in the half. David, one thing that's interesting to me is we talked quite a bit at the beginning of the game about the Blue Devils looking to get a lot of points in the paint. We expected Vermont would thrive from the three-point line, and so far Vermont has matched Duke with 20 points in the paint, even though they have not been able to hit from distance. They're only 3 out of 13 from the three-point line.
They take a bunch, but they only make about 9 per game. They just played a slow tempo. It becomes a big chunk of their offense. They're in possession after using a timeout. Blue Devils have the starters back out there defensively. They've been so good tonight on the defensive end. Into the left corner, Iofalio going to try a three. It's an air ball in the weak side rebound for Jeremy Roach. And a chance to take the lead back to double digits. Across midcourt, it's Proctor. Now Jeremy's got it. Roach looking for a screen from Mitchell. Takes it to the left. Back to the right goes the senior captain. Now Filipowski has it. Off of a screen, it's Roach. Into the paint, put it off the window and in! Jeremy Roach with his first points of the second half. Biggest lead of the night at 11, 48-37. Bogues quickly down court. We approach 9 minutes to play in the second half. Bogues trying to back down McCain. Steps through in the paint, lefty scoop, got it. McCain had to be careful with those 3 fouls. Bogues has 13, and it's 48-39 with just over 9 minutes to go. But again, smart play by McCain. You don't want to give up a bucket, but that 4th foul is more valuable at this moment. Roach off of a screen sent by Filipowski. Has the defender behind him. Gets into the paint, gets all the way inside, takes the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And the foul will be on Deloney. That's his second. And Roach back to the free throw line gives us a chance to tell you to check out Duke All Access with head coach Sean Shire Sundays at noon on ABC 11. And don't forget the ABC 11 mobile app is your ticket to Duke basketball highlights and the latest from the First Alert forecast. Just tap the app and make it your own from ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
But Roach back-to-back possessions really doing a nice job on the Duke offensive end and attacking the basket. He scored on the drive the previous possession. This time he took the drive and got fouled and trying to get the points at the free throw line. Key moment in the game when the Blue Devils can really put together a lead of double figures. They're at that right now, and if they can get a couple more stops here and add to that, it's going to be a very definitive part of this game.
Roach makes a pair. The lead back to 11, 50-39. The Blue Devil bench to their feet, as are the Duke faithful. 8:45 to go in Brooklyn. Bogues trying to drive Mitchell. Got to the baseline, had to peel out of it. Working on the right. Dribbles back to the top of the key. Shoveled it off to the left and Hurley. Roach in his hip pocket. Trying to get loose, cannot. Sends it back to midcourt. Alamutu driving to the right. Waiting on the right baseline. Backs out with 7 to shoot. Outstanding defense. It's Bogues with 5 and 4. Jumps back into the right corner. Airballs a 3. And here comes Proctor the other way, up by 11. The Blue Devils with the momentum and the basketball. McCain a 3. Rimmed out. And the rebound for Long. Man, he makes that more often than he misses.
He sure does. Wow, tough one.
Still an 11-point lead as we approach 8 minutes to go. To the left, Alamutu. Mitchell all over him. Underhand scoop for Long. He wants to drive Filipowski into the paint. Fed it underneath for Bogues, who lays it in front of McCain, who again had to protect against that 4th foul. So it's 50-41 with 7:50 to go. And Roach will bring it across midcourt and drift in front of the Blue Devil bench. Jeremy gets the screen from Mitchell at the free throw line. Into the paint, scoop it up, didn't get the roll. Trying to get his own rebound, fighting for it. Out of there with it is Bogues. Nearly carried it in transition. Now Bogues left to right, kicks to the left. Fiorillo thought about a 3, instead gives it for Bogues. He'll take it in front of his own bench and hit it. A 3 for Bogues. He's carrying Vermont. He's got 18, and they're back within 6.
Bogues has been the guy who's made several of the biggest plays here in this second half. 8 out of 13 from the floor.
And John Shire's going to use a timeout. It'll extend to a full. We'll take it as well. 7:13 to go in Brooklyn. The Blue Devils lead at 50-44.
For any surface in every season, Continental Tire is the smart choice in tires. From ultra-high performance tires like the Extreme Contact Sport to passenger touring tires to all-terrain light truck tires like the Terrain Contact AT, Continental has a tire that gives you confidence no matter the road conditions. Whether you're looking for summer, all-season, or winter tires, Continental Tire has something to fit your needs. Visit ContinentalTire.com to find your ideal tire. Continental Tire, a proud partner of the Duke Blue Devils.
Blue Devils, Catamounts.
Jumps up from 3. Give it to him!
More from Brooklyn after this local break.
He'll fire, and it's good!
This is Duke head men's basketball coach John Shire. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. We offer full-service sports medicine care at locations throughout the Triangle, where you can see the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke.
The crowd loves that.
Whether you're in the market for a new boat or just need service or accessories for an existing boat, turn to Overby Marine. Now with 2 locations in Kittrell and Lake Gaston, Overby Marine offers the highest quality marine products and services, including the latest from Sea Ray, Centurion, Avalon, Bennington, as well as Sea Pro Center Console. Overby Marine also offers the largest selection of parts in the region, along with full-service facilities at their 2 locations. To stop by or give them a call at 252-586-3593 or online at overbymarine.com. Overby Marine. Don't let adventure pass you by.
Back here in Brooklyn, 7:13 to play in the second half. A second half that has seen the Blue Devils lead by as many as 11. Right now, their advantage is 6, 50-44. This game between Duke and Vermont is presented by Duke Stores. Visit shop.duke.edu where real Duke fans shop. We approach 9 o'clock here on the East Coast, so while we have a moment, 10 seconds for station identification. This is Duke basketball from Learfield. Well, John, one thing we've seen tonight, the Blue Devils have had a response a couple of different times. Vermont has made a run in the first half. The Blue Devils got it out to 10. Vermont got within a couple. The Blue Devils stretched it back out. Even here in the second half, Vermont, I think, got within 1 or 2 earlier in the half, and the Blue Devils responded, pushed it out to 11. Now Vermont has answered. They've scored the last 5, and it looks like it's the Blue Devils' turn to respond.
Yeah, Vermont's had a couple good responses, too, just as the Blue Devils had that double-figure lead. They've made it 50-44, and certainly that's what you like to see in an NCAA tournament game with the season on the line. Back and forth, both teams going at it, giving it their best, and we've seen that here in the second half, even though it's not been very high scoring.
Blue Devils in possession, leading 50-44. 7:10 to go. Filipowski sends it up top for Proctor, now to the left, Jeremy Roach. Looking up top, Tyrese has it again. Back for Jeremy. Half the shot clock is gone to the baseline. Filipowski. Alamutu trying to defend him. Here comes a double team. Nearly lost it. Fed it back up top for Tyrese. 10 to shoot. To the right, McCain. A ball faking a drive. Behind the back. Spinning in the paint. Fades away. Left it short. Filipowski trying to get the rebound, and he's fouled. It'll be on Fiorillo, and that's his third. Not a popular call here, but you have to call that. When you body up a guy and it causes him to lose possession, there haven't been a lot of fouls here in the second half.
Yeah,
7
really
in total. 4 on the Catamounts, 3 on the Blue Devils. With a fresh 20 to work with 6:48 to go, leading by 6. Proctor has it now. A screen from Filipowski. Room to shoot. And he hits a 3. Tyrese Proctor has 11. And the Blue Devil lead is 9.
It's his third 3 of this contest.
And he becomes the third Blue Devil into double figures. 6:27 to go. Bogues lobs it up top. Alamutu, defended by Filipowski. Looking to the right. Waiting, underhand scoop for Long. Nearly knocked loose by Mitchell. Filipowski crashes out. They get rid of it for Alamutu. Wants to drive Mitchell. Nearly lost it. 5 on the timer. Into the paint. At the left elbow. A crossover. 2-1. Puts it up. No. Too strong. The rebound. Fought for. McCain has it. We approach 6 minutes to go, and you got to give Flip credit there. He kind of boxed out the rebounder for Vermont.
And I give Duke credit. 4 guys were going for that defensive rebound, and rebounding is very important to this team. Every possession right now.
Into the final 6 minutes in Brooklyn. The Blue Devils up by 9, 53-44. It's Jeremy Roach to the right. Takes the screen. Fed Proctor. He'll take another one. Bring it to the top of the key. Now McCain. 4 to shoot. It's Flip, and he's fouled by Alamutu. Just pushing him from behind, and that's his 4th. At 6'5", that's about all he can do with the 7-footer.
I mean, you got to admire him for trying to fight in there, but, I mean, you got to call a foul when he's all wrapped up in the guy and can't let him move.
He'll leave with 5:39 to go, and Iofalia will come back in. And Proctor will inbound left baseline. And Michael Irving, our lead official, steps in for a word with Iofalia, who's already putting the chest into Filipowski before he put it in play. Proctor waiting, lobs it to Flip. Catches, feeds McCain at the top of the key. Looking to the left. Oh, threw it away. Not on the same page with Proctor. Bogues a theft. In transition, the Catamounts. To the right, it's Long. Nice recovery defensively. He'll shoot anyway over McCain. Miss a 3. The rebound for Jeremy Roach. Nice defense by McCain, and Long just forced it there with 5:20 to go. The Blue Devils still up by 9, 53-44. Roach will walk it across. Jeremy content to work the clock as we approach the final 5 minutes in Brooklyn. Jeremy with 9 to shoot. On the drive, hip check by Hurley. And that's his first, 6 on the team, so no free throws yet. But Jeremy Roach is so crafty. If you get behind him even a half a step, he just knows how to draw that contact.
And we've seen the Blue Devils go to him in this second half, particularly the last 5 minutes, for that particular skill set that he has, and it's worked.
Proctor to inbound, left baseline, right side of the hoop. Having a hard time, going to have to burn a timeout. That'll leave the Blue Devils with one. Will break for 30 with 5:03 to go and Duke up by 9.
The 4. PNC Bank believes in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why they created low cash mode, the financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to help avoid overdraft fees. Low cash mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. To learn more, visit pncbank.com/virtual wallet. Low cash mode and Virtual Wallet are registered marks of the PNC Financial Group Services Incorporated. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
So with 5:03 to go, we'll reset things for you here in Brooklyn. The Blue Devils in possession, leading by 9, 53-44. They have one timeout. Vermont has 2 remaining. John Shire has a full. John Becker, the head coach for Vermont, has a full and a 30. The Blue Devils have the possession arrow. Duke will be in the bonus on the next common foul on Vermont, as the Catamounts have been whistled for 6. The Blue Devils have been whistled for 3. The only real foul trouble for the Blue Devils, 3 so far on McCain. Alamutu has 4 for Vermont. Fiorillo and Iofalia each with 3. Proctor to inbound, left baseline, right side of the hoop. Waiting, still waiting. Fed McCain in the right corner. With long defending, Jared fed it up top for Filipowski, and now Jeremy Roach. Off of a screen, set by Flip. Roach on the drive, got all the way in. Count it! And a foul! Jeremy Roach, a straight line drive, and the lead is 11 with a free throw to come.
Once again, Jeremy Roach goes down the right side of the lane to the basket. This time a chance for the three-point play.
And he's the 4th into double figures as Fiorillo picks up his 4th. And now Roach will strut to the free throw line. We talked about it after the 5-point flurry for Vermont. The Blue Devils looking for a response. They've scored the last 5 and now looking for a free throw.
They've held Vermont off the board for over 2.5 minutes since then.
As Roach able to convert. He's got 11, 7 here in the second half. 56-44 with 4:50 to go. And the Blue Devil faithful rise to their feet. Bogues off of a screen, sends it to the right. Deloney a 3, good. Deloney's first field goal of the second half, but he's got 14. So 56-47, 9-point game with 4:34 to go. And Roach will bring it across, no hurry. Sends it to the right, there's McCain. Jared off of a screen set by Flip. Waits, sends it for Mark Mitchell. Working his way to the left. Lobs it for Tyrese Proctor, 12 on the timer. They double team him, he dribbles out of it. Curling, sends it to the right, Roach. All the way in, scoop it up, missed this one. Mitchell trying to get the rebound, he did. Out to Proctor. A jab step with a fresh 20. And now they'll back it out and run some clock as we approach 4 minutes to play. Duke up by 9 here in Brooklyn. It's McCain, double team, sends it for Proctor. Tyrese sizing it up. Crossover, a step back, pure! He buries the long 2 and the lead is 11. 58-47, 13 for Tyrese Proctor. 3:44 to go. On the drive at the other end, blocked by Filipowski. Bogues couldn't hit. It's Roach 3-on-1 to the left, Proctor. How about a 3? Too strong. Mitchell the rebound, back out for Roach. And they'll work some clock with 3.5 minutes to go and a fresh 20. Leading by 11, 58-47. Jeremy shooing everybody away. He wants Deloney one-on-one. He'll take the 3 and miss it out of bounds. And the air ball will send it over to the Catamounts and chase us to a timeout. 3:15 to go in Brooklyn. It's Duke 58 and Vermont 47.
Duke fans know about excellence and achievement and the value of a Duke education. So when someone is injured and needs legal help, it makes sense to call the law offices of James Scott Farron, a statewide law firm managed by a Duke Law graduate. If you're injured in an auto accident or on the job, call on the Hurt Line, 1-800-HURT-LINE. The law offices of James Scott Farron, headquartered near Duke at 555 Mangum Street in Durham, North Carolina.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
At Reed's Jewelers, we know that the rules of engagement were made to be broken. So don't settle for the first ring you see in the case. When you put a ring on it, make the moment your own with something that's just as unique as your love. Whether you're going big, keeping it subtle, or finding a happy medium, we're here to help you say I do with a one-of-a-kind design. Because doing things your way is what makes them mean everything. Reed's Jewelers, an official partner of Blue Devil Sports. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers in-store or online at reeds.com to chat with an expert.
Fed it up top for Filipowski, and now Jeremy Roach. Off of a screen set by Flip. Roach on the drive, got all the way in. Count it! And a foul! Jeremy Roach, a straight line drive, and the lead is 11 with a free throw to come.
Once again, Jeremy Roach goes down the right side of the lane to the basket. This time a chance for the three-point play. Jeremy Roach's and one, a big assist for the Blue Devils and trying to put away Vermont in the first round of the NCAA tournament, and that's our Harris Teeter assist of the game. Harris Teeter offers everything you need for the perfect game day, from subs to pizza to snacks to drinks. Harris Teeter has got you covered. Plus, there are great ways to save every day with fuel points, eVic, and HT+. Visit harristeeter.com for more info. 3:15 to go from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, and the Duke Blue Devils have a double-figure lead on Vermont. Roach put them up by 12 a couple of moments ago with that and one, 56-44, and right now it's 58-47, 3:15 to go in this contest. 4 Blue Devil starters are in double figures, David, with Mitchell leading the way at 15, McCain and Proctor at 13, Roach at 11. Kyle Filipowski has not made a field goal in this contest, but he's contributed in a lot of ways, including on the boards with 12 big rebounds here.
I mean, look at the stat line. Yes, 3 points at the free throw line, but he's got, as you said, 12 rebounds, all the assists, the steals, the blocks. His imprints have been all over this one. Vermont with it. The Blue Devils up by 11 as we approach 3 minutes to play. 58-47 our score. Bogues at the top of the key. Drifts to the right, bounces it to the baseline. Alfalia back up top. Deloney bumped by McCain. That's his fourth. Only the fourth team foul, so no free throws yet. But Jared has to be careful here with 2:59 to go. And fourth team foul, so still 2 away from the bonus for the Catamounts. They don't do much in and around the rim, so they don't tag teams with a lot of fouls. As Bogues gets it off the inbound. We're under 3 minutes to go now. To the left corner it goes. Fiorillo with McCain defending. Sends it back up top. Deloney driving Roach. Spins. Tough two. Short. The rebound for McCain. And the Blue Devils in possession, up by 11 with 2:45 to go. Look at the difference on the glass. 34-23. Plus 11 as McCain nearly lost it. Reach-in foul going to be called. Long got his hand caught in the cookie jar, and this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity on the 8th team foul.
They tried to trap McCain once he got over mid-court and were almost successful, but got a little bit of too much of McCain's body in trying to knock that ball away.
Obviously, free throws will be so important down the stretch. The Blue Devils 14 of 21 tonight at the charity stripe. And here's McCain, who entered the night at 87%. Hits the front end of the 1-and-1. He's got 14. Early in the week, I talked with John Shire, kind of asked him why guard play is so important in the NCAA tournament. He said, because sometimes it's possession by possession. You need the guys to create. And look at the backcourt, John. Everybody's in double figures. Proctor, Roach, and McCain, who hits another free throw. He's got 15, Roach has 11, and Proctor has 13. And it's the biggest lead of the night, 60-47 with 2.5 minutes to go. Bogues, a crossover, drives in on Filipowski, nearly fell down, sends it up top. Alfalia, a handoff for Long. 2:20 to go to the left baseline. Alfalia trying to back down on Proctor. Whipped it cross court. Fiorillo couldn't handle it. Out of bounds and over to the Blue Devils. That's the 11th turnover for Vermont. And the defense has just been so good tonight.
It has been. It's a low-scoring game for a reason. One of those reasons is Vermont's style of play, but also the Blue Devils have just clamped down on that end of the court. They've only allowed 18 points in this half with 2:19 to go.
Roach off the inbound, bodied up by Alamutu. Shakes loose, brings it across midcourt. Nearly lost it, got it back. Bumped into, collects himself. 20 to shoot. Alamutu just throwing the chest into him. And there's the foul, and that's the end of the night for Sam Alamutu. He tried to get it 3 or 4 times, and now Jeremy Roach will shoot 1 and 1.
You could tell that was coming, though. He about had his limit. And
9th team foul, so this will be the final 1 and 1. And Jeremy Roach will calmly walk to the free throw line. See if he can add to it now. Jeremy only had 4 at halftime. He's got 7 since the break. The front end of the 1 and 1 would make it a 14-point game with 2:05 to go. Steadies himself and hits it. I don't know if there's anybody else you'd like to have at the free throw line. And I don't mean just from a Duke perspective. He's one of the best in the country. In crucial moments, hitting free throws late. Jeremy, you can tell he's just locked in, kind of in his own headspace. And he calmly hits them both. And a 15-point lead with 2:05 to go. The Blue Devils can taste the second round. Deloney across midcourt, crossing over on Filipowski. Drive, fed it into traffic, rising up. Iofalye couldn't hit. Offensive rebound, Iofalye. Blocked by Mitchell. An exclamation point for Mark, and McCain has the basketball. Final 2 minutes. It's Roach on the left. Weaving through traffic, cross-court McCain. And now back for Jeremy. Vermont's not fouling. And the Blue Devils appear like they're on their way to their 25th win of the season. Up 62-47. Proctor with 5 to shoot. Wants to drive into the paint, rises up, couldn't hit, and the rebound for Vermont. Long hit ahead for Long, catches behind the defense, turned his ankle, missed the layup. Oh my goodness, you hope that he's all right. Went up for the layup and crashed down in pain, and that is the last thing you want to see, John.
Oh, absolutely.
Here at the end of this one.
Yeah, 1:18 to go, and I wasn't sure if he turned his ankle or wrenched a knee because he kind of was holding his knee when he flipped over the first time. So we can't speculate on what happened, but tough injury to sustain on that play.
The transfer from Fairfield has had such a tremendous season for Vermont. We mentioned coming in, he was their leading scorer, averaging better than 12 points a game. And he was on a breakaway and trying to get a little bit of extra distance, it looked like, on the step through. And as you said, it was hard to tell if it was a knee or an ankle, and you just hope that he's all right. You just don't want to see that ever.
Oh, yeah.
As he's rolled over on his back, being tended to on the right baseline. The Blue Devils are huddled around their head coach and John Shire, and the head coach of Vermont, John Becker, is about 6-7 feet away from the right baseline. Oh, you just hate to see this, John.
I know.
He's sitting up now, fighting through tears, his jersey covering his eyes as he's reaching down to his left shoe. And a lot of his teammates have come over to help him up. He's back to his feet, not putting any weight on his right leg. And everybody here at the Barclays Center is saluting him as they're going to take him right to the locker room. And we just send our thoughts and prayers to his family, to that team. You hate to see that.
Yeah, hopefully it's not as serious as it could appear to be as he's leaving the court with assistance.
The Blue Devils will be in possession because he lost it on the way up. It was 62-47 lead, up by 15, 1:18 to go. Mitchell to get it in, does for Jeremy Roach. It doesn't appear Vermont's going to foul. Blue Devils are going to advance to the second round to take on either Wisconsin or JMU. That will tip off 30 minutes after this one. The 4 seed is through in the South. Well, Deloney is going to foul. Just bodied up Jeremy Roach one too many times. That'll be his third, 10th team foul, and 2 free throws coming. And it'll be Jeremy trying to add to this 13-point total. 15 each for McCain and Mitchell tonight. Proctor has 13, as does Jeremy Roach. The Blue Devils now in this game are shooting 42%. And they've made 18 of 25 at the line, as the first one is short for Roach. But tonight's been about the defense, John. I mean, you think about Vermont under 50 right now, shooting 40% from the field and just 5 of 18 from 3. And rebounding, I have to say, plus 10 on the boards. And Filipowski has a third of the rebounds for John Shire's group.
Yeah, 12 boards for Filipowski out of that 36 total. And, a really strong performance by him. And, he had 4 offensive rebounds amongst that 12 total, so wasn't just on the defensive end for him.
Second free throw for Roach is good. John Becker is going to empty his bench. And as the regular rotation guys go out, but going back to Filipowski, you want to talk about a teach tape about ways you can impact the game if you're not scoring. I mean, everything he did here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
With the 12 rebounds. I mean, you touched on the assists, 4 of those. Steals, block shots.
2 steals, 3 blocks.
As we hit the final minute here in Brooklyn, the Blue Devils up 63-47. On the left, the Catamounts just trying to run some offense. And on the right, it's into the hands of Mills. 8 to shoot. Joba gets a touch. 5 on the topper. Crossing over, they'll take a 3 and miss it off the right. The rebound for Tyrese Proctor. 7 seconds, the differential shot clock and game clock, and now John Shire might use a timeout to get some substitutions in as the regular rotation guys leave. Stewart, Blakes, Young will come in. We'll see TJ Power for the first time, the freshman forward, 6'9", 216 out of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. It's a team that hasn't tasted victory in a little more than 2 weeks. This one will be awfully sweet. And Spencer Hubbard's out there as well. Senior guard, 5'8", 157 out of Los Angeles. So we know who the Blue Devil faithful want to shoot here. Can he get points in the NCAA tournament? 63-47. Hubbard sends it inside for Young. At the left block, spins, steps through, put it up, and drew a foul. And the foul will be on Matt Veretto. And 2 free throws coming for Ryan Young with 16 seconds to go.
So that will take care of the shot clock for this game. It had gone down to like 8 or 9 seconds, so Ryan took the shot when he had to catch down low.
And as he shoots 2, you think about pivotal moments in a basketball game as the first free throw rattles out. It was 50-44. Vermont having scored 5 in a row, about 7 minutes to go in that neighborhood. John Shire had to use a timeout. Since then, 13-3 to close. Make it 14-3 as Young hits the second free throw. 3 points in the final 7 minutes for the Catamounts. Awfully good stuff on the defensive end of the floor. And Vermont will dribble it across. 64-47. On the right, Veretto a 3. No, the rebound chased down by Hubbard. And that will be that. The Blue Devils are marching on here in Brooklyn. On to the second round as they get past Vermont. 64-47 the final score, picking up their 25th win of the season. They will face either the 5 seed Wisconsin or the 12 seed James Madison. Those 2 teams will do battle here coming up in the final game of the day in Brooklyn. By the way, we talked about the winning streak for Vermont, 10 in a row. James Madison has the longest streak in the country. They come in having won 13 in a row, champions of the Sun Belt. Of course, the Badgers out of the Big Ten. Plenty of history between the Blue Devils and Wisconsin. We'll talk about that
question.
If the matchup plays itself out come Sunday afternoon. But for now, a 64-47 win for the Blue Devils here in Brooklyn. As I believe Mark Mitchell's going to make his way over to visit with us. He had 15 points here tonight, 11 in the first half. And Mark, we've talked all year long about how good you guys have been defensively in this game. Vermont had cut it to 6, 50-44, about 7 minutes to go. They only had 3 points the rest of the way. Take us through the conversations, how you guys locked them down defensively.
Yeah, we just tried not to panic. Obviously a really good 3-point shooting team, and they hit a couple shots. We knew that was going to happen. In the NCAA tournament, every team is good. It's a game of runs. They went on their runs, and we just try to stay composed and just keep getting stops.
Take us also through your mindset to start this game. You had a lot of big plays at the beginning of the game, first half. I think 3 or 4 dunks in the first half. You guys got some shots right by the rim. What was kind of going through your approach to this game?
Yeah, I was trying to be active on the offensive end, set screens, roll. We knew we had an advantage inside, and I just tried to take advantage of that, and it got me going early, and it just started a good tone for our team.
You had a boatload of dunks here tonight. I'm sure you know the record is ridiculous when you score in double figures to the Blue Devils. It's so good. Tell me about your approach on the offensive end tonight, attacking so well.
Yeah, just trying to take what the defense was giving me. The coaches gave me the game plan. I just try to follow it, and that teammate set me up, give me some good passes, and we just played together and it got me going and got the team going also.
I know last year, the NCAA tournament, you weren't able to play in the last game of the year against Tennessee. How much motivation did that add to you coming in just to get a good game in the NCAA tournament after the way the season ended last year?
Yeah, obviously that was heartbreaking last year, the way it went down, and it just feels good to get away from the first game fully healthy and go to the next round and hopefully get a chance to go to the Sweet 16.
You guys have kind of been in the shop the last couple of weeks, some extra practice time. It feels like you guys have taken full advantage. What will be the momentum you guys are looking for tomorrow as you get set for Sunday?
Obviously get back, locking in. It's a quick turnaround. We know whoever we're going to play is a really good team. Just try to be focused and stay where we at. Not look too far ahead. Just focus on the game in front of us.
Well, Mark, thanks a lot for joining us. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you Sunday.
Sure, appreciate y'all.
Mark Mitchell joining us here courtside as he finishes the night with 15 points on 6 of 9 shooting, 5 rebounds, a steal, and a block. And the Blue Devils are on to the second round as they knock out Vermont 64-47, the final score. We'll take a break. Much more to come from the Barclays Center as the Blue Devils win it by 17.
I feel happy, Valero Pay Plus app.
I feel happy, it makes savings a snap.
Use it and start saving automatically.
You just save some money, not too shabby.
I feel happy, I'm in and out real fast.
I feel happy, now pit stops are a blast.
Download today and get in on the fun. Valero Pay Plus app, your savings have begun.
At the North Carolina Education Lottery, we love to celebrate winners. So I hired a town crier to announce Pick 3, Pick 4, and Cash 5 winners.
Hear ye, hear ye. But there are thousands of winners every day.
Oyez, oyez, oyez. I may not have thought this through.
A proclamation of jubilant accord. Who gave him a bell?
Daily draw games. What will you do with your win? Must be 18 to play. See Pick 3, Pick 4 and Cash 5 prize and odds charts at nclottery.com for details. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
Duke plays here.
Flying in, reverses it, up and in for 2.
This is the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
Blue Devil fans, here's your chance to team up with Duke basketball in a season-long effort to support Duke Children's Hospital. The Duke Children's Charity Stripe Challenge is an initiative that raises money for Duke Children's patient care, research, and education every time the Blue Devils make a free throw this season. And you can join the challenge by pledging an amount for every free throw the Blue Devils make, or simply make a one-time pledge to show your support. Visit DukeCharityStripe.org to learn more and help make a difference in the lives of the kids at Duke Children's.
Enjoying the game but not the drink being spilled down your back or the foam finger poking you in the face? Well, head to the concession stand, grab a Lindy's Italian Ice, and take a 6-ounce vacation. A 6-ounce cup of lemon Italian Ice will make you feel like you're swaying in a hammock and the only thing in your face is a cool, salty breeze. That ought to have you refreshed. Now get your head back in the game and start belting out blue and white with the youthful exuberance of the freshman behind you. Yes, the same one that keeps spilling his drink down your back. Lindy's Italian Ice. Have an ice day.
The Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome to the Duke Locker Room Report. Our exclusive coverage of today's game has been brought to you by Coca-Cola. They say Coke Zero is irresistibly tasty. Does that make it the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Reed's Jewelers, your home for fine Swiss timepieces, beautiful diamonds, and the world's most luxurious jewelry brands. Reed's Jewelers, trusted with life's moments. By Continental Tire, the exclusive tire of the Blue Devils. Find the right tire for your vehicle at ContinentalTire.com. Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires. By the Hilton Garden Inn, your home base near Duke University. Duke Health. Duke Health doctors are the official team doctors for Duke Athletics. Learn more at dukehealth.org. And by the Washington Duke Inn, honoring tradition over trend for over 30 years. Now, inside the Learfield Network studios, here's Kyle Schassberger.
Luke Allen in for Kyle Schassberger today. A lot coming up on the Duke Locker Room Report. We'll hear from the head coach, John Shire, in a 64-47 win. Get to some scores from throughout the NCAA tournament. Preview as well with Wisconsin and James Madison. But first, let's go back to the Barclays Center with John Roth and David Shoemate. Guys, the defense terrific today, 64-47 win for Duke. They also placed 4 in double figures. Just all around, really good effort from the Blue Devils.
It was tough. It was gritty against a very good Vermont team that had won their league 3 years in a row, the America East, an experienced group that had brought in a bunch of transfers, and the Blue Devils just locked it down. 1 field goal for Vermont. in the final 7 minutes and change, and the Blue Devils pulled away for the 17-point win, 64-47. The final margin was their largest lead of the night. This is tough, so I'm going to make Roth do it. Let's give out our play of the game. It's presented by Advance Auto Parts. Visit your locally owned auto parts store for great people, products, and service. I say that, John, because, some people might say I'm crazy. I think you can make a case for Filipowski, and he didn't have a field goal here tonight, and you had 4 guys in double figures.
Yeah, and we could go down the starting lineup and start making cases, because Proctor hit a big 3 when they needed it, and Jeremy Roach certainly took control down the stretch when they're trying to build that lead, and Mark Mitchell got him off to a great start and had some great plays, and I'm inclined to go with Mark Mitchell. I just think overall that his game, both at the beginning and at the end and throughout defensively and on the boards, I just think he did a lot, and I'll go with Mark as my player of the game.
6 of 9 from the field, made 3 free throws, 5 rebounds, 15 points, a steal, and a block shot. We'll take you through the individual numbers coming up a little bit as we look through our post-game stats presented by Steel. Step up your game with Steel battery tools. But you look at the shooting numbers overall for the Blue Devils, 42% in this game, 6 of 18 from 3. They made 20 of 29 at the line. That means on the year they've now made 482 free throws, and Food Lion has donated 30,000 meals to help feed our neighbors in need this winter. The Blue Devils take it by 17, 64-47 the final score. We'll take you through all the individual stats and also hear from the head coach as we continue here in Brooklyn as the Blue Devils are on to the second round.
Every day in the U.S., more than 9 people are killed and 1,000 injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. You can't control other motorists, but you can control how you operate your vehicle. Avoid distractions while driving, like texting or checking social media. Brought to you by Trusted Choice Independent Insurance Agents of North Carolina. Learn more at trustedchoice.com/GoDuke.
To learn more, visit your local Trusted Choice Independent Agency, Lee Insurance Agency, LLC in 4 Oaks, or go to leeinsurancenc.com.
Mako Medical Laboratories is an award-winning medical diagnostics laboratory leading the way to more personalized medicine and patient care. Mako combines proprietary methodologies with state-of-the-art robotics to ensure accuracy and precision, providing physicians with timely, easy-to-interpret results. Mako impacts each community it serves by donating time, resources, and funding to local causes. And Mako's entire logistics team is comprised of U.S. military